break a sweat. IcklePickle on starts with Tombi by your side. Cockney wit and laughter worldwide. Hanayama stomping a kaiju supreme. Germany meets Japan, a Godzilla queen. Name's the mighty Green Ranger, hero to all. Swoops in daily, answering the call. Misfits united, we're hilarious blend. Discussing the chaos right to the end. So grab a pint, pull up a seat. The Hump Day chin, watch a Wednesday treat. We'll chat, we'll rant, and we'll laugh till we fall. Midweek madness for one and all. It's the Hump Day chin way. We're having a ball. From TV to gaming, we're covering it all. A cruise so wild, you'll never forget. With jokes so sharp, you'll break a sweat. From Brits to Yanks and Germans too, this quirky crew's got laughs for you. We're breaking the news and breaking the mold. The Hump Day Chin Wanga's comedy gold. We're covering it all. It's the Hump Day Chin way. We're having a ball. From TV to gaming, we're covering it all. A cruise so wild, you'll never forget. With jokes so sharp, you'll break a sweat. From Brits to Yanks and Germans too. This quirky crew's got laughs for you. We're breaking the news and breaking the mold. The Hump Day Chin Wag is comedy gold.
Rated R for retarded.
How do you say younger sister in Japanese?
妹
Write it down. Oh, the left part is woman.
woman not yet woman
Younger sisters could be a woman, but
older sister woman market woman in market mother-in-law old woman
Why you gotta violate them like that?
Me?
This is what Christopher Columbus saw when he pulled up to America. He pulled up and never pulled out again. Are you sure this is India, Captain? Shut up, Diego, on the boat COG. Passport girls, my boy has Amazon Prime. What's her only crime? 10 out of 10 would colonize. He came, he saw, he came. Oh, what's her smoke signal? What's her only pipe? I can colonize her. I would make Genghis Khan proud. King Arthur himself wouldn't be able to pull me out. We ain't going back, Diego. What's her only huts? Columbus lost gallons. Columbus, shut it.
Mate,
Hell yeah.
just a little goat at the end. Hello, ladies, gents. Welcome to Hump Day Chinwag, episode number 61. We're in a big
getting close.
60s, mate.
Close.
And I may have got someone queued up for episode 69. Cough.
Hey.
I can only wager a guess who that might be.
I need to give him a shout basically a couple of weeks beforehand because he doesn't know whether his wife sorted anything out. But hopefully, episode 69, he'll be slipping in. So thank you, ladies and gents, for
Pun intended.
joining us. Today, we've got another smashing episode. We're going to talk about everything from immigration statuses of aliens to video games, TVs, news, films, and all that good stuff. And as always,
fun.
the way we end up doing this is we go around the room and say hello to everybody. But the first thing I want to do before we go, over up in that top corner, you can see the total goal and the amount raised for Scooby's Give, Send, Go. And you can see the link above. It's in the pinned chat over on YouTube, over on Rumble. If you've got $5, just $5, I'm going to grift this one. I'm going to push it. If everyone's got $5 and 200 people watch the stream today, that's a lot of money raised for Scooby. So in desperate need, go check out the Give, Send, Go. Do be generous if you can be. Shares and prayers are also accepted, guys. So let's go around the room. Let's spank the monkey. And let's say hello to Smu the DJ. How you doing, bro?
Hi. I'm doing pretty good, man. Still with family. And yeah, it's been good. I feel a lot more rested now that I've taken this break, and I can't wait to go back to streaming very soon because I've been like in other people's chats, like Project Eggroll and yours, or looking at yours and other people's chats as well. And it's been weird, because I catch myself thinking like, maybe I should stream with them. Like I'm not even home yet, so. Yeah, as soon as I'm back home Saturday, it's back to the regular stuff, and I want to give my 200% as I usually do. But yeah, doing good. I've got coffee on me. Yeah, let's go.
No, good. To be honest, every single creator, streamer, people on the panel, guys, always remember to take a break from this. It's so easy to get burnt out by the constant creation, the constant having to find ideas, especially if you're running more of a kind of like podcast scenario where you're talking about the news all the time, or you're generating guides or anything. It's very, very easy to run out of ideas and then get frustrated. Video games, not so much, but guys, take a fucking break from this shit. There is a wide world out there. If you want to go see family, do it. If you want to go touch grass, do it. Take yourself off for the weekend, go some fishing, even if there's no fish. Just cast the rod and get wet, kind of thing.
Yep.
Jack!
Basically.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much. It's good to be back in the streaming schedule. I took a week off last week, as you all know. I was looking after the dog for me folks whilst they were off on holiday, and it was a pretty nice holiday for me. It's kind of the same as what Smu's doing right now. I took a complete sort of, social media blackout almost. I was barely on Twitter at all, and it was fan-fucking-tastic. I felt so much more refreshed coming back into the game, and so we've had at least 3 days of consistent streaming this week with no issues. And hopefully continuing on tonight and tomorrow with my other 2 streams. So yeah, everything's doing well, mate. Everything's doing well.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad to hear it. And yeah, I did pop into some of the gaming streams. And I've never played some of the games that you actually play. And I'm thinking, do you know what? Need for Speed. I don't think I've ever played any of them.
Mm-hmm. The Need for Speed games are fun, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played any of them.
I prefer Hot Pursuit. It's fast. It's for a modernish console, it's a lot of fun as well. It drives well as well, and you've got a whole range of different cars, and plus you get to play cops and robbers sort of thing. It's one of my favourites.
The second eldest son's got a full driving sim rig, and he keeps on asking me. He's been over a good grand and a half on this thing, fully pedaled up, handbrake, gears, the lot, and come around and play it. And I just keep on meaning to, but I need to get my office shifted from upstairs downstairs. I painted another wall today, so there is that.
Has he got a gas tank behind the chair as well? So when he crashes, it explodes.
That's probably a good idea, actually. But I think
full immersion.
I think it might terrorize his cats. But it'll be fun. It would be fun. Yanni, how you doing? Smu.
I was in Max's stream earlier, and we were talking about your cable management, and she was like, "Yeah, I wish I was that well organized with cables." I was like, "Yeah, me too."
Mate, I think everybody's in the same boat. But the one thing that drives me fucking insane up here is I've got cable like tidies behind the desk to run all the cables in, but it still looks like a fucking snake's wedding. So the idea is,
you don't want to see mine, mate. You don't want to see mine.
The idea is have everything plugged into the walls, hidden in the wall, so I can just have short, stubby cables go to the screen, go to the sound, go to the mixer. Everything's tidy, bolted onto the wall, and very quickly I can just pull the desk away from the wall, just disconnect everything from the sockets, and I'm going through the process of labeling all my sockets tomorrow. So
mine is like a laser security system, but with real wires.
Do you have Tom Cruise dive in?
Just to unplug anything from the computer.
Yanni, how you doing?
I am doing well. Good to be here. Not a whole lot going on. Just running Reagan in personal life, but hanging in there. We're getting through. But I'm here. I'm excited to get into it.
Happy days.
Nice.
Abe, how about you?
Still breathing, can't complain.
How many streams have you been on this week already?
About 14 million.
For those people who don't realise, Abe has taken to streaming like a butterfly takes to
shitting on cabbage.
Getting squashed and shitting on cabbages. He is fucking everywhere. So if you haven't checked out any of Abe's content, especially over on Rumble, guys, do yourself a favour, jump across there. He is fucking everywhere. So it's good to see.
Especially check out my YouTube page where you will find none of it.
Nothing.
So I'm still on my quest to get to 1 million subs with no content on YouTube whatsoever.
It's the way to do it. It is a fucking good challenge.
You'll just see me around.
It would be the greatest meme ever.
Yeah. Before
I think that you should just upload one video, and that is the final clip from that last bit of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where it's Gene Wilder and he's just saying, "You get nothing. You lose."
Me and Abe actually have discussed what his first video could be, and he's actually got a video he could line up.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah. It's a very good one. It's a very good one. And
is it that one that you sent to me in the DMs?
That's the one. That's the one where he splits his butt cheeks wide open.
Yeah, the goatsy style one, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one, that was.
Oh, yeah. Real.
Right. Before we talk to our special guests, we always go around the panel. So, Greg.
Hello.
How is Greg today? How's your shoulder?
Well, I had a bit of a back episode the last few days. I was playing board games actually, and on Monday, and I had to just send my friend home because I couldn't think, and I couldn't learn games. I couldn't think to play because I was in so much pain. So
that's not good.
It's been a bit shit, to be perfectly honest. But I have played a board game, and I lost. And
there was some kinky board games if you back got knocked out.
What was it? It was Lewis and Clark, the expedition.
Oh,
yeah, a race to Fort Lewis.
And they definitely fucked each other on the journey.
Boy, I hope
Mountain,
so.
the board game.
Damn.
And I played Ready or Not and Pack last night. So that's my gaming for the week. Literally, that's all I'm allowed.
I've just sent Goat a message. Goat got kicked out, and it won't let her back in.
No.
Come back, Goat.
So you might need to restart or something. You should be able to jump back in because we're nowhere near the allotted number of panel members. But in the meantime, Greg.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Cheers, dude. Oh,
Harry Enema. Were you going to show us something? There we go. She back.
Kind of.
She's back.
Kind of was. But I can't wait.
Welcome
It's
back.
not the mug. Welcome back, Goat.
I got this.
What is that?
Is that a sex toy?
It's a guitar pickup.
Oh,
for acoustic.
Oh right, okay.
Woo.
It was a little bit difficult to see because
It doesn't
your camera
look
was
like
shit.
one, does it? It just looks like a block of wood. My camera's not shit. What the fuck?
No, you fucking idiot! You're not fucking listening. It was constantly trying to flip between your face and the bloody object, and it couldn't focus on either. Unfortunately, it focused on your face.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
It couldn't tell which was the block of wood.
Yeah, so it's one of those sound hole things for acoustics. Because I figured if I've got numb fingers, it's the perfect time to learn to play guitar.
I
Because I
don't know
won't be able
about
to feel
your...
pain.
Great.
I'm not
won't be
entirely
able to
sure
feel
your logic is sound there, my friend.
Well,
I'm with Jack on that one.
Can I give it a go?
Do you intentionally phrase everything so that people can make jokes at your expense?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes,
we just
yes, he
quick
does. Yes, he
witted.
does.
Just happens.
It's one of those things. It's like Greg is the X-ray girl of this panel. So X-ray girl, as we all know, she is very, very clippable, says very, very daft things quite often, and Greg is Asian. So may as well.
And he can't drive.
They just love to victimise me, Go.
Yeah.
X-ray.
It's because you're so old, Greg.
Yeah, you can say that. You're a couple of months younger than me. Good God.
Harry Enema, how you doing?
And doing the usual thing. Like, obviously, over the weekend, a certain Discord group chat has been torpedoed harder than, like, fucking every nation on the face of the earth in history.
I'm looking forward to Anime After Dark because obviously
And I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
No, I mean the thing is last week I wasn't able to do as long a stream as we had expected, but I wanted to support Levistro and Dragoncast. But obviously this weekend, I reckon we should do 3 or 4 hours. Obviously, Abe's gonna cry like a bitch. What time do you have to be on somewhere else?
Well, normally it's 11. But he's not streaming this weekend, so
Abe's streaming right now.
It is.
He's doing 2 streams at once.
It is fated then that we
we
play
finish up.
massive catch up on every single last episode.
yes,
Which is good,
we
because
can
I'll be home
do a
too.
colossal episode. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And that means that next week we can immediately go into Sakamoto Days and the second show, which I have to recommend you 3, and then you basically have to throw a dart at the board and be like, that one.
Yeah,
I want that one.
it's acceptable. It's acceptable. We can
I
do
want that
a lot.
one.
Yeah, no, but obviously I have just absolutely bombarded the fucking group chat because over the weekend the Anime Expo was held, and yeah, we got some news, and the chat I believe got 31 posts in like fucking 3 days.
Some news is an interesting
Try
way of
40.
putting it.
Yeah. Again, I'm not apologizing. Fuck you guys.
No.
You have been warned, all of you.
Do you hear me complaining?
Do I care?
Exactly.
Do I care?
We'll give you anime. You give us immigration statuses. Right.
Hell yeah.
Destiny's Bears, aka the wife, she who must be obeyed. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Everyone. I don't know. I'm married to you.
Fuck.
No.
Wow. At least you've got good technical support.
Yeah.
Terrible taste.
The only saving grace is that this IT help is not Indian.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is James. I work at Microsoft. Your PC has virus.
What are you saying, Tam?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm doing okay. I'm just figuring things out.
Yep. So Tam is slowly ramping up towards streaming more often over on Rumble.
Nice.
YouTube sucks massive donkey cock. Let's face it.
Tam, how are you reacclimatizing to being back in the UK after your lovely break over in the States?
Yeah, I didn't hear that because these wretched headphones cut out again.
I just asked how you're acclimatizing to being back in the UK after your lovely breakaway in the States.
I'm not. And it's part
I
of
don't
the
blame
struggle.
you.
I'm not at all. I've really, really struggled since we've been back.
Yeah.
Don't
I
blame
don't
you.
blame you.
I didn't want to
it's-
get on the plane.
No, and this is the thing. If we could have stayed, I think we would have stayed. We would have just freaking sold the house from out in the States, or I would have flown back, dealt with everything. But because we got the dogs and the cats, sadly,
True.
we had to come home. But
And the wedding.
and I need to give the daughter away, so she's not coming back. So just get rid of her.
Shoot her into a cannon, why don't you?
Up into a rocket and be like,
She's your problem now.
I like the way it's like, because we've got the dogs and the cats and the kids.
Yeah, but the thing is for the people out in the audience that don't know, all of our kids have grown up. I mean, most of the grandkids are in their teens now. I'm a fucking dapper granddad.
Little Lily was 13 today.
Yeah, she was 13 today.
Wow.
She's a
Happy birthday, Lily.
Happy birthday.
Lily.
Crazy. It certainly makes you feel old, but the good news is that most of the kids are approaching the age that in 2 years, if we get out to America in 2 years, they're 15, 16 upwards. They can just jump on a plane. Just say, right, go on that plane, come to Nashville or wherever. I'll pick you up and then we'll go where we're living. Job done.
Heck yeah.
T-
That would be so
Tombi,
great.
Yeah.
it makes you feel old because you are.
Hold on a minute. And on that bombshell.
See you, old man.
All right.
Greg is so happy.
Hello, you cunt.
Nice.
And the funny thing is, Greg is fucking laughing. Meanwhile, he was the fucking waiter at the Last Supper. Like, what are you talking about?
Because somebody else getting it.
Somebody else getting it.
Yeah.
He's just happy to have company in the age department.
Oh,
They are
Goat,
all younger than me.
you're lucky I love you to bits. Goat, how you doing? How you doing? How you
You
been?
have to understand, this is one of the few times that I'm on a panel where I am not by far the oldest person there.
By
mean
far.
by That's
Let's see if we can play the game after we've said hello to Goat. So, what you been up to lately, Goat? How are the animals?
Animals are good. We have a new officially named Jacktar Lola.
Oh my god, no kidding, really?
Yeah, we'll show her off a little bit later.
She survived the rabbit appointment.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we won't go into details because it'll upset Yarny.
There's a fucking goat.
That was great. Oh my god, that was perfect.
And you got a new best performing video.
Yes, I have it has officially, and it actually is still going up by, I think.
Still going.
Yeah, it's almost a perfect. It is almost a perfect ramp. Since I put it out, it's up to I think 1.4 thousand to 1,400.
Nice.
And it has not slowed down, so I'm very happy about that. I am in the process of working on one for battle royale style videos. There's some gloriously terrible options in that genre.
Yeah.
And
If you dare say Running Man.
AKA everything that is not the original Battle Royale.
Running Man's amazing.
Actually, I really like the Belko experiment a lot.
Okay.
And that is definitely in that genre. So it's been a lot of fun watching, all of the some terrible and some very strange videos. Yesterday I watched the Game of Death, which is just insane. I don't know if it was written on drugs or is just designed to be watched on drugs, or both.
Yes.
Both.
Could be either way.
Because that's Bruce Lee, wasn't it?
No. There is a 2017 movie that is very battle royale style. Called The Game of Death, and there is literally an entire montage in the middle that is like based on, I don't know, 80s, early 90s video game style.
Okay.
And it's a little bit like a teenage slasher film as well as a battle royale thing.
Is this the 7 millennials must kill or have their heads explode?
Yes, that would be the one.
Sounds amazing.
It's like battle royale
I
combined.
hope none of them win.
It's like battle royale combined with Jumanji.
Fuck's sake,
Okay.
this sounds amazing.
That's a combo.
Sold.
Beer and popcorn. Let's
I'm
go.
fucking sold.
But Goat, you missed the best thing. It's Battle Royale mixed with Jumanji if whoever wrote that script had a permanent acid trip.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is that there's this weird like montage in the middle of like video game graphics, and they just go around like blowing people's heads off in like in pixelated cartoon style. And because it's a slasher film, you have to have the teenage romantic couple. Oh yeah, so that was them in the little thing there kissing. They're siblings.
Oh.
Whoa.
So it's a case of nobody wins, but everybody gets a participation trophy.
Yes.
And one
Yeah,
guy gets to kiss his sister.
Yeah, so there's this whole thing like at the beginning of the movie where everybody teases him about being in love with his sister, and then when it determines that like they have to kill or die, he basically just goes on this massive killing spree in order to try and save her, and then they make up.
Oh my god!
As you do.
And then their heads explode anyway.
Do you know?
Good grief.
At the start, I was like, I'm fucking sold. I fucking love the sound of this, and I'm like,
Yeah, right.
maybe
No.
not.
Maybe I won't. There's not.
I think the point must be that no one would actually do this unless they were already a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they are a little fucked up. Like all of them are a little fucked up.
Well,
Kenzo's got a good point there. The
Just
Soskers did this years ago.
The Soskers.
They actually
Yes,
did.
they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
They did.
But yeah, it was very bizarre, and I was not on drugs, though I felt like I should be by the time I was done. It was still entertaining in a don't think about it too hard kind of way. But
Like the movie best described in the words of Jeremy Johns, the movie is a better experience if you're drunk.
Yeah.
I love movies.
Yeah.
like that.
I don't even know if drunk would do the trick. It really feels like a movie that you should be on drugs.
Okay,
Probably.
let's say heavily drunk.
Like you definitely are looking at bad dreams and a hangover if you're drunk. But enough shrooms, you might be okay.
Shrooms.
¿Por qué no los dos? Be drunk and on shrooms.
Okay.
So I've watched that. I've watched Triggered. I'm looking for a copy of Circle if anyone knows where I can find that.
Or can draw your circle on a piece of paper if that helps.
Not going to help as far as the movie goes.
I can send you a picture of my ring.
And then there's
Nice.
and then there's a really terrible, like when Steve Austin was trying to get out of wrestling.
Condemned.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, The Condemned. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that unfortunately is
that.
apparently the only movie he's done that is not on Tubi. So.
Yep.
That
Wow.
So anyway, this is almost as much fun as the zombies has been so far. So
good.
And then of course tonight we have episode 2 of season 2 of shows you've never seen. We're watching Daybreak,
Yes.
which is also very strange and a great fun. It is a police procedural with a Groundhog's Day time loop. So also lots of fun. Also lots of fun.
That sounds good, actually.
So I've been busy. That's what it amounts to.
I'm sure everyone's going to check it out as soon as it's live and we can see you in the flesh. But our second special guest, first time on the panel, Isaac.
Yay!
How you doing, sir?
How would be? Good. Good to be here. I'm been a busy week. You know, Monday night we had you on my show. You were on the Golden Age podcast. It was great to have you. We had an awesome time. Very good time. Thank you for coming on, and I'm very happy to be here. Been a busy week. I'm glad I had with the time zone stuff, glad I had this day open. It's good to be with you all, and I'm excited. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a busy week. I think I'm on a stream just about every day this week, pretty much. I was on Nick, The Plot Strikes Back, in the chat.
Yep.
I was on his Masculine Mondays this last Monday after my stream. I'll be on Jeff Up North's channel tomorrow night. So it's been a good week. Talking all types of stuff. So everything from politics, pop culture to ancient history. We're going to be talking about the Nephilim tomorrow night. All sorts of stuff. So
sounds good.
Lots to look forward to. And
No, it's good to see, brother. It's good to see, especially seeing you pop around other channels as well as being on Chinwag and seeing everybody coming across onto yours. It really is good, and the entertainment is solid, guys. So obviously all of the links for the special guests in the description below. Make sure you pop across and give them your support. But before we go into start looking at topics and shit like that, two things. First of all, Scooby's link there, and I can see that some mad people have been donating while we've been sat here. So we're now up to $1,835. I reckon we should be able to spank the living monkey out of this. So guys, don't forget, if you've got $5, just save yourself that cup of coffee tomorrow, and instead of getting that cup of coffee, throw it onto the donation page. Link above, pinned comments, and all that good stuff.
Sir.
And now we get to say hello to the lovely chat. There's something like 264 fucking messages. I've got to fucking erase through.
Try 310.
Do the cliff notes.
Donate. It's $5. You brokey.
$5.
$5.
There's a couple of things I need to do today, and I want to.
Oh no, that's the point. Where's Paul? He could just tell them all to collectively go fuck themselves.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting on a pickle again.
Yeah, he's probably sitting on a pickle. He's probably sitting on a pickle.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So let's say hello to the lovely chat. Legatus, the mod who is busier than every other mod combined. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Busier than Jesus.
Busier than a who's drawers.
Yes.
Who's more busy, Legatus or Ape currently? Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
We do to each other.
I want to highlight Theta here. Theta at a grid. Welcome. Good to see you in chat. Is also doing a charity stream straight after this. So we are going to raid his charity stream. It's in aid of Scooby Pop. Links below. Make sure you support Theta as soon as we finish the stream here. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. And then Peepers! Nuzzled in.
Peepers!
Living a dream, as always. Keeping himself warm. Lisi! Good to see you. Good to see you, Lisi.
Peepers sounds like a Japanese person trying to say peoples.
Peepers. What up, my peepers?
Ah, sorry. Ping pong. Peepers. Barry H. Barry H, fellow Extra Life charity man. Good to see you. Good to see you. We are going to be joining Barry H at some point to do a combined charity stream. It's good to see you, brother. Thank you very much indeed. And then this Scooby yourself. How you doing,
Hey,
Scooby?
Scoobs.
Hey, Scooby.
How you doing? How you doing? It's good to see you. Unfortunately, Rick is here. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
How, Rick?
Who invited you back in?
The man responsible for Jack Lola, by the way.
Jack Lola.
Not solely responsible, but pushed it over the edge.
Pushed it.
He
Pushed it.
just tried really hard to kill me.
Oof.
Sure did.
Oof. Robert Harvey is in chat. Good to see you as well. Thank you
Robert.
very much indeed. Davyverse. Hail Mod, give me you best pickup line. Yes.
We've had a whole
God.
English.
I was
great.
The funny thing is that I actually was lurking in that stream, and I was like, oh my god, some of these are so fucking bad. It's just became embarrassing.
They're horribly bad. They're good, and
But they're
saved
good.
them. I
They're
saved
just
every
awful.
one of them.
Yeah. Uncle Martin just commenting on Paul's lovely pickle. Yes.
Yep.
He
Right
looks
up
like
the bum.
he looked like he enjoyed that pickle
A
greatly.
little too much.
Psychotic Mongoose, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Daily Dysfunctions in the chat as well. Skipping
Hey,
through.
Daily.
Dawn of Mutilation.
Hello.
How you doing? Levistro, I have arrived.
Levistro.
Thank you for arriving. Thank you for joining us. And Phoenix Santos as well comes and joins us
Phoenix.
quite regularly on Tuesdays, Team Play Tuesday, playing some Marvel Rivals. So make sure you check out Phoenix's channel as well. Kenzo! How you doing, you ginger bastard?
Oi, oi.
Bastard.
Who has also agreed to come on the chinwag at 8 points.
Interesting.
Oh, God.
Keep your ear to the ground for that day. It's going to be a good one. We get to have a soulless demon on the show, other than Greg. It's fine. It's fine.
Our
still
gingers
here, you
really
know.
soulless. Our gingers really soulless if they.
I
Our
suppose
gingers really soulless if they steal the souls of everyone you look into their eyes.
I was just about to say, Isaac, can you confirm or deny?
No, I have a horrible. This is brown. I have a horrible camera. That's why. This is
looks
actually
ginger
brown.
now.
It's what you get with a bad camera and incandescent lighting. Is a brown
I-
to red. But I'm
do have a
Whatever you
reddish
say, Ginger.
Hey, hey, I have a
What up,
skull.
my
I
ginger?
have a skull.
It's okay, Isaac. I'm a day walker too.
Robert.
Common mistake.
Robert says, Tombi, well, to match the start chat music, what does the sing on an out of business brothel say? Beat it. We're closed. Indeed, they would.
Wow.
It's like smash the shit out of yourself. Weasel, we got to get
Weasel.
those 7 Days to Die streams going too.
Yeah, I gifted
That sounds
Weasel
like
a
fun.
copy. I
Yeah.
gifted Weasel a copy because I had like an extra copy left of the game. And he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, we should stream this at some point. I'm like, yeah, we probably should.
That sounds like a
This-
really good idea.
Yeah,
7 Days to Die is fun.
I've
Especially when you mod it
got
correctly.
it.
I've got
Major Zap was desperate for me to play it as well. It's just
Yeah, I
I was
remember.
playing so many other games at the time, so it was
I
not
was
impossible.
just
Shout out
watching
to
a
Weasel,
7
too.
day
He's
stream
best-
earlier on.
He's the best furry in our community. We appreciate him.
He is. He is.
Mr. Brown Alliance as well, over on the Rumble side. Good to see you, sir. Good
Good to see you, sir.
Galadorn, 40
Galadorn.
minutes in the future chat.
Well,
Actually,
you went.
Right.
You're 1 minute off.
Holy
One
well,
shit!
What's the
technically,
timestamp?
technically, he is 10 minutes out because this was 28.
35?
Oh no, this is 30 minutes. So he was 10 minutes out. It was 30 minutes ago.
But
Not
he
bad, not bad.
anticipated it very well.
Fucking
Well
playing a
Oh.
long game.
It's
Silent
not easy
Night.
being a time traveler.
No, Silent Night's in chat over on the Rumble side. Good to see you. I hope Dazzy's doing well.
Yep.
Skipping through, just saying hello to those people I haven't said hello to already. And then we're going to get going. Sergeant Giratina.
Hey.
How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Andy Matthews.
Andy Matthews. Hey.
Thank you very much indeed. Guys.
We do have a little cameo, real quick.
Oh, good to see you!
I really love my pickles.
He misplaced his pickle look.
Hey, Chad, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Ugh.
Nobody touch my picker.
Oh my god.
I have lost my pickle. Can you shove one in my mouth?
Kurva mać.
Malaga.
Shit.
Lisi, how you doing? Oh, we have XP on here.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. YouTube is doing YouTube things.
YouTube is
They're
being
kind
gay.
of retarded.
I don't see it.
That's because you never talk in anybody's chat.
Yep, exactly.
The second you start interacting, Greg, believe it or not, people will talk to you.
I've always chatted in a pop-out.
Could be the reason why. Could be. Dragon Masters in chat as well. Good to see ya. Thank you very much indeed for joining. Skipping through, who haven't I said hello to? Melvin. Melvin's in chat.
Yo.
Grizzle's in chat as well. A bearded, boobless X-ray girl. Yes.
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 Uncle Martian, for your information, my ice cubes are still in the Yanni tumbler cup. Nice cold water. I was hoping he didn't say something else, because obviously the first line just basically said, for your information, my ice cubes are still in Yanni. And I'm like,
You know,
what?
I filtered that. You didn't have to point that out. Thank you.
Well, guess what? I'm happy to oblige. I'm happy to oblige.
Tough shit.
Uncle Martin's ice cubes brings all the boys to the yard.
Yes.
Shake it, but start.
Peeper's just coming in. Yanni is pregnant. This is a statement. It's not a question. And Nick, the plot strikes back, gifting 5 Tombi memberships with
Nice.
Daily Dysfunction,
What's up, Nick?
Weasel, Uncle Martian, Scooby Pop herself, and the Eclectic Goat. Thank you very much, Adisa. Absolute
Thank you,
pleasure to have you on the show the other week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
incredibly generous of you. That's incredibly
Thank you, Nick.
generous. Skipping through, and of course, Nick himself. The plot strikes back. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Right, okay, skipping through. Ronin the Crusaders with us. Hail, chat.
Ronan.
Ronan's
up,
a
man?
good one. Yep.
Yeah, Ronin's a good egg. Ronin's a good egg. In fact, do you know what? Everybody, and Ronin just
Everybody.
says, Isaac.
That's how on the film comics explained with his Australian accent. He says Isaac. It's like Isaac. I'm a meme at this point. Yep.
Absolutely
Nice.
amazing. Absolute fucking amazing. Andy Matthews for the 2 dib dobs. Congrats to Yanni on her pregnancy. Meow. Kitty.
That's one way of.
Is there an airplane landing on someone's mic or something?
It was a motorbike that drove
right,
past
okay.
my place.
I was wondering. I was expecting to get fucking landed on or some shit.
It's like, shit, the ceiling's coming down. Fuck.
Mate, it wouldn't be the first time. Star Wars Marvel purists. Fucking hell. This motherfucker's going to get fucking banned. Microwave tea.
Oh shit.
Let freedom ring. Teabag.
Okay, that warrants a 5-second timeout at least.
Oh, please. You've got to give him at least
where the fuck is
2
he?
minutes.
Okay.
How do
He's hiding.
you do it for 5 seconds?
You can't.
Well,
I
you
think
can't.
10 seconds is the shortest.
About 3
Right, okay,
strokes.
a minute. A minute.
About 3
Right,
fucking
there you
strokes.
go. Right, there you go. 1 minute. There you go.
Tracy Reeves, I'm here for a bit. Hello, Smu the DJ, Legatus,
Hi, Tracy.
Gabadon, etc., etc. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, mate.
No,
Jonathan-
not etc. etc. Say every single one of our fucking names in the chat.
He doesn't
Say my name.
He doesn't say.
Alphabetically.
He doesn't say hello to me anymore, wanker.
Or me.
Jonathan Stevie, hello, you fancy fuckers. How you doing,
mate.
Jonathan?
love
Hopefully
that.
you are chilling out. No, Tracy Reeves did actually say hello, psychotic mongoose.
Wow.
Hello, my gingers.
Hey,
Yeah,
my
Tracy.
gingers?
Gingers.
Gingers of the world.
My
unite.
ginger.
My gingers.
If you
Right.
rearrange the letters in ginger.
Yeah,
How-
we know. Only
yeah.
a ginger can call another ginger
My
a ginger.
favorite racial slur. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Isaac, have you seen the Tim Mincin Prejudice song?
I don't think I have. No.
Okay, we're gonna have to play that one then because we need to bring you up to speed. Ron is right as well. Hello there. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Who else have I not said hello to? I think I'm
Jeremy.
Yeah. Tracy Reeves says guilt trip. Motherfucker.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dermy
you're
Wormy
getting it.
just says gay.
Jeremy.
Dermy, I need to get you on. I need to get you on the chinwag as well at some point, mate.
Do me pink.
But actually, we rattled through that. We rattled through that pretty fucking quickly for a solid 47 minutes and 25 seconds.
Holy
the intro is complete. I was expecting that to last till like an hour and 20 minutes.
It's a good job we've got loads of news stories to talk about.
You mean like last week?
Yeah.
Exactly. Based off of history.
I sort of thought I was just gonna, sit here and crochet quietly while you guys did all of the intros. I didn't expect to actually have to do anything.
Well, Goat, joke's on you.
You're working on Goat.
Yep. So, in order to answer a question that I've just posed.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
We won't listen to everything. We'll listen to the important bits, and then we'll skip back. So obviously, Tim is singer, songwriter, comedian. He is fucking batshit insane. If you haven't watched this yet, make sure you check out his content.
Tim Minchin is insane.
He is fucking batshit fucking crazy.
Oh yes.
But he's also fucking funny as fuck.
A legend.
This is a song about prejudice.
I fucking love it.
And the language of prejudice.
And I just have to say, I love the way he says
and the power of the language of prejudice.
So, to all my
it's called
ninjas. Enjoy.
Prejudice. In our modern free-spoken society, there is a word that we still hold taboo. A word with a terrible history of being used to abuse, oppress and subdue. Just 6 seemingly harmless letters arranged in a way that will form a word with more power than the pieces of metal that are forged to make swords.
I love the way he says it.
Swords.
Like
R and an E, an I and an N.
That's the way he looks.
Letters all jumbled together have caused damage that we may never mend. And it's important that we all respect that if these people should happen to choose to reclaim the word as their own, it doesn't mean the rest of you have a right to its use. So never underestimate the power that language imparts. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can break hearts. A couple of G's, unless you've had to live it. An R and an E, even I am careful with it. An I and an N, in the end it will only offend. Don't wanna have to spell it out again.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Only a ginger can call another ginger ginger.
That is perfect.
Only a ginger can call another ginger ginger.
My ginger.
So yeah,
I love that.
that is Prejudice. I'm going to drop the link into chat, guys. Go and entertain yourselves.
That's
Mate,
going in the playlist, that's for sure.
Kenzo, the hate is real.
it's fucking real, mate.
Here's a challenge for you folks. Here's a challenge for you. Drive through a black neighborhood and play that song on blast.
Maybe no.
It depends on where you live.
Yeah, there we
Do
go.
it at a Black Lives Matter rally next time.
It's not advice. Don't sue us.
I'll wear my bulletproof vest when I go though. So
There you go.
I'll take
Also wear
that
a helmet.
challenge. But the biggest danger is the fact that I can't drive more than anything else. So
Well, you can get an Uber driver, mate.
I think I would wear a bulletproof vest to a Black Lives Matter rally, regardless of whether I was playing the song.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Charity is just
Precisely.
hit 1935. We're not
Wow.
far from
Nice.
that 2000. And yes, thank you, wife.
Aww.
Bless her. She's spending my money. I don't give a shit. Fucking it's Rumble's money. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm spending our money.
It's coming out of the housekeeping, Tombi.
Right. Okay. So what's mine is yours, and what's yours is yours. Yeah.
It's in the damn joint account. It's our money.
Yeah, Tombi.
I mean, she's got a point. She's got a point.
I'll raise the question. How often do I use that joint account?
You don't.
Every payday, you use it to deposit money.
Yeah.
There it is. There.
No. It's honestly, guys, it's going to a good cause, and I'm pretty much tempted to drop the entire of my Rumble creator shit this month into it just to give it a push. Guys, it's for a fucking good cause. So if we can all do $5, it fucking sends this thing stratospheric to get it done. Get it done. Let's look after Scoobs. Let's look after Scoobs.
Bloody hell, Rick Cleary.
What did he say?
You don't want to know.
Only a nagger can nagger. Yes, you are correct. And
That would be for Naggernall, actually. That would.
yeah,
Be
I mean, you can say nagger or nogger, and you can say ginger or ginjois or gua.
I met somebody.
Ginjois.
I shit you not. I actually met somebody who didn't know what a nogger is.
Really?
Yep.
Really? Wow.
Holy shit.
And they're my age, and I'm like, you never had that ice cream before. Like,
The funny thing is that I know of something else that's called a nogger or a nog, which is a 2x4 batten between studs in a wall.
Yep, that's also a thing. Yep.
I remember noggin the nog. Does that count?
Noggins. Yeah, noggin
noggin the nog.
I know eggnog.
Yeah. Anyway, before we accidentally say something we shouldn't, and we haven't got
Well, then you
racism.
Yeah. Do you know? I need to ask Kaida and Atreus if they want to come on because we can get the
How did we get there?
It's getting two black people on so they can say all the words.
Yes,
completely unrelated.
Completely unrelated because they're awesome people.
Yeah.
I can just see your little DMs popping off on X. It's like, dear token,
my naggers, dear token black guy, would you like to be on our show?
My gingers. Anyway,
my gingers.
Oh fuck, Jesus. Fucking Christ.
hell.
Oh no, we're making Scooby Kite.
Now I want to get Kool-Aid. What the hell?
Don't.
Scoobs, you don't have to worry about it. We've got your back, sweetheart. Just as much as everything is an emotional roller coaster a minute, just let us do what we can do for you.
If I had your back, you'd cry.
For fuck's sake.
Wow. Did I say that out loud? I seem to have lost my internal monologue.
I think we found it.
You know what that reminds me of, Jack?
hell.
You know what that reminds me of? That time you tried to impersonate a fucking Charles Dance.
Your boy, Charles Dance.
Yes.
Nice
beaver.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
I've just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
Fucking Frank Drebin.
Legend.
Oh, dear me. Well, I've managed to extend the intro to 56 minutes. So that's not too bad.
That's all right. That's all right.
Fucking hot as balls in this room.
Yeah.
It has been a hot day over here today, mate.
Mate.
Yeah, apparently we're going to be in for another heat wave.
Yeah, I can't wait for it.
Do you know?
Fucking wonderful.
My proper aircon turned up as well.
Nice.
Tombi's got aircon for the room downstairs and aircon for the whole of the downstairs dining room. It's all open plan downstairs. So
you go to America for one fucking week and you come back all airconned up.
You know what? You know what? We have
So I can use aircon for a week of the
Now,
year.
Isaac Goat's superior, and he's just one of the Americans now. Sorry.
Let Isaac go.
He's got aircon.
We have a thing called air conditioners in the United States, so.
All right.
So
All right.
It's one of
Show
the
off.
pleasures of. It's one of the pleasures of having freedom. So.
Oh, what did you do?
Hey, we've got freedom here as well. Look.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
This portable air conditioning unit says
Yes.
26 degrees.
Nice.
Goat.
Yeah, we have
you
one
were
of
gonna
those
say.
out in the living room. Yep, those are fantastic.
26 degrees.
Yeah, but it's fucking getting sweatier.
I'd melt
Don't tell
even
George
in that.
Michael.
Right, let Goat say anything.
Oh, I was going to say the other day it was 89 degrees here with a 93% humidity rate, and I do not own an air conditioner in my house or in my car.
Ooh.
Wow.
What car do you drive?
It's an old farm truck. The regular
Okay.
car is currently in the shop, so the farm
Does it-
truck is getting driven for.
Does
pretty
it
much-
have a windscreen?
I mean,
A windshield. Does it have a
Windshield.
windshield?
Does it have glass in front of you?
It does. The windows.
I would take that out. I would take that out. Just let the breeze hit you in the face.
Then you'll just get a face full of mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them bastards because they're as big as fucking hawks.
Well, the
Murder hornets.
The black flies and the horse flies here are much worse than the hornets.
Yeah,
for sure.
but the thing is, you could just drive with your mouth open, free protein.
Ugh.
That reminds me
Or-
of all the time when I was
You
riding
could,
a
w-
motorbike.
you could wear like a motorcycle helmet whilst the screen's out.
Have you ever been bitten by a horsefly?
Yes.
It's not something I could claim to have been bit by. Tam definitely has, but fucking mosquitoes are bad enough for me. I like explode every time they come near me, so I fucking hate the little
I
bastards.
may have been bitten by a horse before, but never a horse fly.
Oh, they're unbelievably painful.
I had a fight with one in the
They're
kitchen
worse
the
than a
other day.
wasp or a bee. They're horrendous.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, I would rather not invite those to hit me at high speed.
Yeah, fuck that. so, how do you keep your house cool then?
I mean,
That's
I'm
pretty
out.
sweaty.
I mean, honestly, you go out and you tend animals for a couple hours. When you come back in,
Yeah.
it feels cool no matter what.
Yeah.
And
True.
having an air conditioner just makes having to go outside for a couple hours all the worse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Do you know the one thing? Obviously, when we were in Nashville, the house that we had in Nashville, it was just so good with the aircon. Tam actually misses that fucking house, and she hates aircon. She's like vehemently against it, and I'm like, I'm having aircon fitted, and she's like, no. She'd resisted for like 4 years, and I had the portable ones. She still resisted. Went to America, come back. Yeah, she's fine with it.
Does it make you a bit dry, Tam?
Yeah, makes my eyes sting as well.
Yeah.
That's the only downside.
Of
to
course,
air
you should be
conditioning.
used to that now, living with Tombi.
Mm-hmm.
Being dry and having your eyes stinging.
Menopause, mate. Menopause.
No, it's because Tombi blasts out
I'm
so much
sorry,
hot air
Tombi.
out of his mouth.
Not just his mouth, mate. Not just his mouth.
I just let her sleep downstairs. It's fucking so much easier, mate. She sleeps downstairs, I sleep upstairs. I can get to sleep, and she can just do whatever.
And I don't have to listen to him snoring.
Fucking, you've got some fucking cheek, woman. I didn't get to sleep.
Oh, Mum and Dad are fighting again.
I didn't get to sleep. What time did I wake up this morning, Tam?
9:15.
And why do you think that was, Tam?
Oh, because you just don't wake up unless I wake you up.
No, I would say it's probably because someone was going.
Oh, chopping wood again. Firewood. I love it.
So somebody was mowing down the rainforest again.
Honestly, 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, and I'm like, I'll just fucking sit on my fucking phone. I can't fucking sleep in this shit.
Oh, so that's why Tombi barely sleeps either.
That is another key factor of it. Sometimes
Yeah.
it gets that bagged, I just go back onto my computer to listen to a stream, watch a stream, and do some coding. Yeah, go for it, Goat.
I had a friend, well, a pair of friends that invited me on a trip. I can't even remember what the trip was for. But we were sharing a hotel room, and one of them snored so badly I ended up sleeping in the car. But in the meantime, I went out on the deck to try and, not smother him in his sleep. And the hotel room next to us, the door cracks open. This guy pokes his head out, and then he yells back into the room. I don't know. It must be a bear or something.
Damn.
As you do.
He was so bad. He was so bad he had woken up the people in the room next to us.
Fucking hell.
Well, it's like that sound bite that goes around that. Oh, you know what I mean? There's this one sound bite that keeps getting played. Yes. That's actually from a video of a guy snoring. That's how he snores. It's
Well, I'll let Tam explain this one.
Right, so we were asleep one night. We got woken up. What sounded like a motorbike revving its engine outside our bedroom window. We both got up to investigate, and it was actually Lee. It was the sound, and he literally sounded like a motorbike revving.
He was that loud. Fucking absolute bananas it was. And it wasn't just a little putt-putt motorbike or anything like that. This was a fucking nasty Harley chopper cross. It was like... What the fuck is that?
I just want to highlight Battery H's comment right here.
I mean, that goes without fucking saying. That goes without saying.
Just call
that's
it
worse than
shot, basically.
that's worse than the smoke detectors in a black neighborhood.
Beep. Chirp.
Beep.
I was in total denial that I snored for a very, very long time. I knew that I snored occasionally if I drank heavy or that sort of thing, because I've woken myself up snoring before.
Yeah.
But I was like, there's no way I do this regularly until my baby mama recorded me, and she was like, "Yeah, this is what you like," and I was like, "Holy shit, that's my mother." That's my mother snoring, that is. That's not me. Because I grew up with a really loud snoring mother.
And then you started wondering why your mum was sneaking into your room at night, sleeping next to you.
That's
a challenging
way. Always know when I've
Yeah. You sure that's what it is?
Yeah. There is Travis' mother me in the night.
Yeah.
Don't give away.
Yes, sure. We'll go with that one instead.
Every now and again, I have to be careful on how I sleep because I just try and suffocate myself and just stop breathing.
I do that while I'm awake, mate.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping whilst I'm doing that.
It's like early onset sleep apnea, but I've just never been diagnosed with it. But I just stop breathing altogether.
No. Once you have periods where you stop breathing, you have sleep apnea. Period.
Yeah.
Yay! One day. Damn it. Sexy asphyxiation. So that's
I was going to say for me,
my father has the sleep apnea mask that he puts on when he sleeps and stuff to force the air. It's like, yay! I don't want to get to that point in a few decades.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
I do blame it on the weight, which is another reason why I've just come off all of the fizzies and all of the carbs, and I've gone back down below 15 stone again now after America ruined me. In 3 weeks in America, and I put a stone on. It's like, holy shit.
I just took off and I'm working on taking off another 20, so we're getting back. I let it go this winter. We had a very long, heavy winter and staying inside a lot, so getting outside and working out more feels
Shaka Zulu's in the chat. Hey, Smu!
That's the taste of freedom.
Rick says, I have to sleep propped up to prevent sleep apnea. Just lie down straight for a day.
Rick, there's an investment called a coffin. You can prop it up and you can lie in it. I'm just
holy fuck, guys!
Jesus. I'll do it. Yeah, just lie down straight for a while in the coffin.
Assume the vampire pose.
Jesus, this is
with the lid open. Okay, with the lid open.
This got dark.
It got dark.
Fucking hell, me and Rick have bumped heads here and there, but what the fuck is this?
No, go. It only gets dark.
Why do you hate Rick so much, Smu?
Jesus.
Listen, this has been 3 weeks in the making. Okay, he asked for it.
I don't have a hard time believing that.
I feel like I need the backstory for this now.
Our Rick is just making a snide remark every once in a while about me and how I'm gay and all that shit, even though I'm not. And,
It's true. No, sorry.
So you're getting.
I'll just say this: believe whatever you want, okay? I don't care.
So you're getting overly defensive, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I was going to save it for this episode with so many
Hey,
guests,
listen,
but me and Smu are coming out. We're together.
Listen.
What?
If you make a song about it like Will Smith did, you're very suspicious. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna make an entire song about how I like girls. I really do. I like girls.
Just for the record, chat, I'm putting Smu and Abe together because they are together. I am surrounding myself in the ladies. I don't want to catch no gays. That's it.
Yeah, but you already caught Abe. You're dead anyway.
You've got Abe's, mate.
The male gaze.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you implying, Tombi,
catch
that
it
Smu's
twice.
the top and Abe's the bottom? What are you implying here with the layout?
We're both switches.
Yeah, they like to play fucking Uno a lot. They got the Uno reverso card.
I, on the other hand, Isaac, am a hard top. So you've got to stay down there, I'm afraid.
But Tombi,
Jackson,
we got a special chair for him too.
No, but Tombi, you need to explain this in American. They are doing they are changing it up by doing the gator roll.
Right, talking about doing something American. I'm actually just about to throw out one of the first adverts. So one of the things that Rumble does, it allows you to do campaigns where you read an ad and you get extra dibdobs. It might not be a lot, but it's going to go over to Scooby. So, guys, this is my first advert I've ever created, all by my lonesome. Enjoy this shit.
America was founded on bold ideas. But even bolder mornings. This isn't just coffee, it's a statement. Single origin, small batch, clean fuel. No plastic, no compromise. For those who stand for something, old beans, clean energy, unapologetic. The 1775 starter kit. Limited, only 1,000 made. Get yours now at 1775coffee.com/studio. Get yours now before they're gone.
It tastes
You know
like
what reminds me of?
freedom.
That sounded like somebody put Abe through a voice filter. It sounded like somebody put Abe through a voice filter and put an American accent on him.
No, that was me.
It was him, yeah.
That was me talking. Yeah, that was me talking.
My American accent's way better than that.
That's okay.
Yeah, he just sounds like a
It
Twinkie.
was pretty good, mate. Well done.
I was
I am
proud of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I am
should be.
concerned. I am concerned about an avid tea drinker telling me which coffee is good.
I'm just going where the money is.
I do just want to say that I am totally happy with Yarny being on top if that's what she wants.
That's usually where I belong.
And I'm totally okay watching.
Get the fuck out, Jack. Get that right.
Let's pull up several seats.
Wow.
Let's have a good
Fucking
time.
assholes! I almost spat me fucking tea over the fucking screen.
Hashtag's not worth it.
I almost made Tombi waste tea. Awesome.
I'm proud in American of you.
Yeah, you almost made Tombi spit instead of swallow, which is, there's a first for everything.
Wow.
At least someone. No. At least someone would swallow between me and Tam.
It's the Navy training.
Come up there and smack him in the head.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Anyway.
Oh, fucking
All right,
hell.
on that note.
Guys,
I'm not saying shit.
Eat more pineapple, Tombi.
Yeah, you gotta make that
just-
shit sweeter.
Just not on fucking, not on pizza. So for those that want to know, I made almost that whole advert in Mid-Journey to create the images, to then turn the images into video, took it over to Premiere, got sound files and sound clips from Upbeat, and then used voice mod.
Really?
With the American President mod, which automatically plays the music in the background.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
So there you go. That's how you
awesome.
Do it. That's how you do it.
Well
And it-
done.
How long did it take you to put that together?
25 minutes.
No way.
25 fucking minutes. I did it at lunchtime.
I believe.
An advertising agency would have charged what, 15 grand for that, and it would have taken them 2 weeks.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
See, and that's why Tommy and I always advocate to do your own shit because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And you don't have to get fucked over by somebody.
Yeah. I love going for my own shit. It's great. But no.
Yeah, I don't like taking a shit for someone else either.
Yeah, but the thing
It's
is,
a bit dicey.
Smu's correct, and this is the other reason why I do a lot of the video guides that I do, because none of this stuff that we're creating is out of the realms of anybody that's either on the panel, in chat, thinking about starting to stream, thinking about content creation. All you've got to do is have someone who's just willing to just give you a pointer and a steer in the right direction. And if they create a video guide as well, that gives you all the bases you need to learn just the basics. I mean, we all started somewhere. None of us are experts. But it's...
I don't know what you're talking about. I am.
Okay. Yanni is.
I'm a pro.
I'm a pro. Ooh.
Well, I mean, you're perfectly right about that, Tombi. The tools, and thankfully to AI, it's a tool that any of us can implement, usually free or very cheap. In my case, the first post I ever had that got over 1 million views was a meme I made on my phone in 3 minutes using a mix of a cheap little Photoshop app and AI. And I did it, I think, sitting in my car waiting to pick up food somewhere. It's just like I had time. You post it and you never know what's going to happen. So take the initiative.
Did you just calmly drop? Oh, it's a million views on it.
I'm using an example. It's like
no, you're fucking big G's from now on. Fucking Jesus Christ, the rest of us are pure scrubs.
I mean,
the first billion I made, I was so bored making my first billion.
You know how much I made off of it? That much. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the most appropriate thing to do. This is the most appropriate thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Hey, it's my
Nice.
pinned. It's my pinned tweet. It was a JD Vance meme when that was all going around.
Oh yeah, I did see
Oh,
that.
The
sweet.
JD Vance memes, they're great.
Yeah.
Because that was the I'm sick of a scientist myself.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Yes, it was. The Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
I did a face swap and stuff, and there was like congressmen that reposted it, but like Grums commented. Like it was weird. It's like, why did that pop off? I don't know. And then
I,
it's
on the
funny
other hand,
videos that you put 2 hours into editing get like 12 views. So I
This
don't know.
fucking arsehole. Poor Hadouken.
Fucking hell, Paul.
My name is Paul Hadouken. I just woke up. Yay.
Paul, fuck yourself.
Hanayama, can we make it a habit of spamming oi on Discord for him so he wakes the fuck up?
In his defense, he is a massive stoner.
Yeah, I mean,
that's no excuse though.
I don't think that's a defense.
No.
That just makes it worse, honestly.
Paul's been hard grafting in June Awakening. Yes, I'm having to resist playing it. But I am playing, sadly, I'm playing my last stream of Baldur's Gate 3 after the show with Dominique. Yeah, sadly, work's just being too much for Dominique. So it's going to be our last one. So whilst I would say come and watch it, guys, make sure you just watch Theta instead. We're going to raid Theta after this show anyway. Because his stream is literally starting as this one ends, so we are gonna definitely finish up on 2300. We won't go past that this week, just so that we can support Theta and all that good shit.
Yeah.
Looking at the numbers, have we got any more? All right, stop being gay, motherfuckers. Look at that number over there. It says 1935. I'm sure we can get up to 2000. Come on, bitches.
And also, Paul, that's not a defense. Like, you get distracted by dumb shit. all of us here could easily spend time otherwise. You motherfucker, just lie in bed and sleep, you lazy bitch.
Also, he's Polish, but he gets more and more Latino the more I think about it, considering how punctual he is.
He gets more and more gay. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I had a siesta this afternoon myself, so I mean, I get it.
Paul,
Hey, I'm 1/8 Polish, so do I get like a disability credit or something? Or
yes,
I mean that is you are partially retarded. Now the question is, what are the other 7/8? Do they cover it off?
Anglo-Saxon and Finnish. So.
Oh, that's fine. Then. So
that's fine.
Your partial awesomeness with Viking in you, and then you're subsequently retarded. So
a little bit retarded.
I would say that 10%
a little bit of everything.
Nation has been bolstered by the 10% Anglo and Viking. So you're fine.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say, Isaac, you've got an awful lot of American shit behind you for someone who's European.
Yeah.
Hey, that is the flag of
Gondor.
Gondor. Yep, exactly. So that's Tolkien right there. I got a little bit of your European representation. So
now you're talking,
Frodo.
and that's I think that's a 13-starred flag. So that was British colonies at one point.
The original colonies.
So,
Yeah.
Yep. Which my family did land here on the Mayflower in 1620. So I am straight off the line.
That's cool.
Yeah, I would say, Paul, that's about as much as a defense as the Maginot Line.
Yes. Shades of Midnight. If you all saw me, you'd think that's not a poll, that's a post. Don't call Don't call it Pollock. Ain't a Pollock a fucking fish rather than a Polak?
Yeah, I've questioned Americans about this. They've got this term Pollock, and we don't really have it in Europe.
No,
just the fish. Yeah,
we say Polak, and we also say meathead as well. So
AK is fine. Pollack is fine.
Meathead, nice.
Pollock is just a fucking fish. It's just a
I mean, is that so far off though?
Yes. Details fucking matter.
Yep.
Pollock is what we use to make fish and chips over here. As well.
We use cod and haddock.
Okay, yeah, we use those as well. I know we use pollock too, but yeah.
And occasionally plaice.
Plaice, yeah. I'm going to find our first topic, which was actually a really, really good segue. Talking about
from fish to talking.
Fucking hell, an hour and 20 minutes in. We get into the first topic.
Easy.
Let's go.
Lightweight.
Thank fuck we're not time stamping these. I'm just saying.
Nathan, we fucking YOLO this shit.
Yep.
Director James Gunn's brother Sean, like who gives a fuck, reacts to Backlash. Again,
is Manwich back yet? Sorry, Yanni.
Yeah, you're back. Okay, he's back. Sorry, I had to look at him and be like,
huzzah!
Yes,
huzzah.
Yeah, he's back, and I was hoping to have the amazing one pop in on this because he's actually looked into this a bit. So,
but he has to gesture with his hands though while his hands are on camera.
All right, I'm giving him the chair. Wait, hold on.
He also has to.
Well, let's get into it first.
Yeah, Yanni. Yanni, fuck off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
bye guys.
Would have been weird if you'd have turned around and it wasn't him.
Yeah.
True. Right. Okay. Listen in.
It's going to be Yanni now. She's just going to come back and talk in a really deep voice.
Listen, bro. I'm only talking about Superman, dude.
James Gunn.
All right, here you go.
James Gunn came clean and made it clear that Superman will be political as well as an immigrant story. Superman's an immigrant that came from other places, not a place, but places, and populated the country. What did he go around randomly fucking everyone to populate it? Did he?
Yes.
Fucking tits.
Pretty much.
But for me,
he gave everyone super AIDS.
But for me, it is mostly a story that says basic human kindness is of value and is something we have lost. The director said in the Times of London interview. Yes, it plays differently, but it's about human kindness. And obviously there will be jerks out there geeks and gamers, us, and more, who are not just kind and will take offense just because it's about kindness. No, we won't. We'll take offense over the fact that it's a shit film, let alone anything else. But screw them, he says. The expected reaction was
screw your
swift.
freedom.
And many analysts labeling the film super woke, especially on Fox News. Well, to be fair to it, it's not woke. It's not a good film. It's definitely not woke. And
Have
James
you
Gunn.
seen it?
No,
How do you know it's a shit film?
Hold on.
Okay.
I didn't say it was a shit film. I said it wasn't woke.
No, you also said it was a shit film earlier. I was honestly, but you guys sometimes get films before we do, so I didn't know if you'd already seen it.
No. I've got no. Whether it's shit or not, it's James Gunn that's essentially given the intimation that it is shit from his speech and his actions and his interviews with the Times of London. He's basically put words into everybody's mouths and tried to describe the film as something that it's not, or tried to describe Superman as something that he's not, because he's not a fucking immigrant.
I don't know where he's coming from. I don't know where he's coming from with this Genghis Carlisle fucking angle, like populating the planet, or whatever the fuck he's saying, going around and I don't know what was that he fucking just said, that he came to the planet and populated it.
He came to the he came from other places, not one place. He came from other places and populated the country.
Came from another planet.
That's one of the things why I'm saying, like, people associated with the movie need to shut the fuck up about some things, because they just make things worse for themselves. They make, especially when it comes to like marketing a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that, like especially with the whole MAGA thing that's been thrown around, and Fox News took the bait on that one.
Yeah.
I honestly think that that shit needs to stop. Like, sometimes there needs to be a clause in a contract when you do make these movies that you need to shut the fuck up when you talk to media. I think Nathan Fillion did it pretty good. He dodged the question of the interviewer on that red carpet, and he basically said, like, it's a fun movie. That's all that matters.
I'll defend the film because I've seen enough reviews and heard from enough different people across the interwebs. I'll defend the film and say it is not fucking woke one iota. It's not a woke film.
It is
so
not.
Anybody arguing the toss that it's woke is fucking incorrect. It's just not a good film because of what a lot of people have said. I haven't watched it myself, but is what James Gunn said is tainted any fucking hope of the DC universe kicking off.
I think it was already doomed. There were It started out with the Snyder fans spreading rumors and talking about stuff. It led to, one picture getting released that wasn't even about the movie, and people immediately hyperanalyzed that all to hell, even though it's like literally the actor just putting his boots on. Like, people were determined to hate this movie from the very start.
Yep. That's true.
It was doomed. It was doomed no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, James Gunn could open his mouth or not. The number of people who, before there was ever a review, before anyone ever saw it, were already saying, "Oh no, I know this movie's terrible," who were hyperanalyzing the heck out of the costume. It was doomed. It was doomed.
What I found interesting about the whole thing is that the people were the over marketing of the film had me skeptical, right? Because almost every week, right before release, there was always like a scene dropped on the internet just to gauge some excitement, right? But I feel like I've seen that in the past where a movie has been over promoted to like crazy, and it was actually terrible. And the ironic thing was the marketing threw out the best scenes before the movie came out. That's happened time and time again. And I feel like marketing people or PR people need to look at their marketing teams and say, like, right, we need to stop spoiling shit and actually engage more excitement by leaving things out in the open.
The problem is that no one's ever happy. I mean, we say that, and then there are people that say, "Oh, I'm not going to go see the movie because I saw the trailer and I don't understand what it's about."
My thoughts on the movie are, I haven't seen it yet.
Let Yanni jump in because obviously Alleged is there.
So I think there's a level of that I think that's fair, because what's the point of a trailer? The trailer is your sales pitch to me, telling me I need to go spend my time and my money, which is, hard these days. People are really struggling. So your trailer is trying to convince me to go spend my time and my money to go watch this movie. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to, it sucks that that the movie depends so much on the trailer, because quite often it's somebody or it's a team that's completely different than who actually worked on the movie, who created the trailer. So that blows. That really does suck. I get that. But it's also like, I already don't have spending money, and if the trailer looks like something that I'm not gonna like, or if it doesn't make sense to me, there's nothing there intriguing me, I'm gonna be a lot more cautious about going to see it. But I also think that there's a good point in that we are pretty primed. A lot of us are pretty primed to hate a lot of things coming out of Hollywood. I know I'm certainly one of them. Anything coming out of Hollywood, I immediately think it's probably going to be shit. You got to convince me to spend my time even more so to watch this. And I'm a pretty hardcore skeptic, and I usually need to try and remember to listen to some other people who are a little more optimistic and a little more fair than I am, because I'm so sick and tired of all the shit that's come out. It's like, you know what? It's been a waste of my time and money for so long. I'm conditioned now to hate it all.
The thing I find frustrating, though, is that a lot of people who are hating on this, or who are the base for people hating on it, if you really dig, they will admit that it's not that they hate the Superman trailer or anything else. It's that they hate James Gunn for whatever reason.
Yeah, and there's certain.
And I personally, I mean, I was maybe the only person in the universe that was not a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. But just because I didn't find it enjoyable doesn't mean I think it was a badly made movie. And the number of people who really hate James Gunn, but for no apparent reason. I mean, even if you don't like his movies, he doesn't make bad movies. He makes, I mean, they're predictable. You know what they're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm frustrated by the hate the movie is getting, not because of anything that has to do with the movie, but because people don't like James Gunn.
Yeah, I mean, I can fully understand that point and appreciate that point. It's very difficult to appreciate a product or the work that's gone into something when it's tied to a certain individual. Now, there's always going to be this situation where you probably need to give something the benefit of the doubt, irrespective of who the actors are, what their personal lives are, what the director said, all of the comments and things like that. But at what point in time do you say, do you know what? You've just turned me off the film. This is no different from Rachel Zegler and Snow White. She destroyed that film before it even had a chance. No one wanted to go and watch Snow White, and it was all because of the actions of the actors. There's no real difference between her saying what she said, James Gunn saying what he said, and tarnishing the reputation or affecting the promotion.
I totally disagree.
Well, you tell me how Rachel Zegler didn't destroy Snow White.
Oh, no, I'm not disagreeing she destroyed Snow White. I'm saying I think that I disagree that there's a difference between saying Superman is an immigrant, because I think the argument can be made. Certainly in the 1950s, there were a ton of advertisements where Superman tells school kids, like, it's un-American to bash immigrants because we are all the product of immigrants. I don't find it unfair to make that comparison, as opposed to I hate the entire story of the movie that I'm in. Like, I think that's a vastly different thing.
But that's a different argument, though, isn't it? That's the argument over immigration versus what James Gunn has said about the political nature of this film.
Yeah, but there's also another problem that you run into where Rachel Zegler has talked so much shit. Like, not just in one interview. Like, she has talked so much shit. The main interview that people give James Gunn shit for is the Variety interview that has been proven to misquote him twice. So if you know that interview misquotes him twice, you cannot take that interview seriously to provide anything that what he said is actually what he said. Because if you go back and listen to the video of the interview on the red carpet, most of what he says on video and what is transcribed in the article don't match up because they purposefully misquote him to make the interview or the statement that he gives sound anti-Trump and his supporters, which he never said.
Yeah, but that's a
James
different interview from the one he gave the Towers of London.
Yeah, but
So
that is Sean Gunn. That is Sean
separate
Gunn.
that out.
Yeah, but
separate that out.
But here's the problem. That's Sean Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
And if Sean Gunn talks shit, fine. He is not the producer or director of the movie. He is one guy that I don't even know if he has an active role outside of a cameo in the movie. So, okay, that's Sean Gunn. And Sean Gunn talks bullshit. Show me one movie, regardless of the quality of the movie, where Sean Gunn has not said something stupid because he is just a bumbling idiot. But that's not James.
We're not arguing the toss that Sean Gunn is a fucking bumbling idiot. What we're saying is a very narrow interview with Towers London where specific phrases were uttered by James Gunn saying it's political, that he's an immigrant, and some of those things cannot categorize Superman, who is an alien who crash landed on fucking Earth. He didn't come here deliberately of his own volition, which is one of the main fucking caveats to calling someone an immigrant.
Actually, that's not true. That's not true because there's an entire law in the United States that is based around children who were brought here by their parents who had no say in the matter, but they are still technically considered illegal immigrants. And if that is ever revoked, they will be shipped back despite having never been any place other than the United States in their lives.
These are the anchor babies, right?
He's not human.
He's not a human being. Yeah.
He's not human.
We have
The human
another
laws.
factor at play.
Yeah, but for the law, there's another problem. Okay, the parents brought him on purpose into the country. Kal-El, Superman, didn't land on purpose in America. He landed on Earth. He could have landed anywhere. He could have landed in Canada.
So if he'd been an illegal immigrant anywhere else, that'd be fine.
No. What I'm saying is the law that you just brought up is when the parents bring you into the country unwillingly, unknowingly. He had even his parents, for all they know, they knew he would land most likely on Earth. They didn't know he would land in America, so he could have landed anywhere on the globe. So I'm not sure how that law would
that's
me jump in.
Big time.
My hands. Let me jump in on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
go for it.
Not an immigration lawyer, not an expert at all. Just read some shit on the internet.
Disclaimer.
But I was reading about this a few months back when it came up and people started talking about it. So there's a few different laws that actually cover how Superman arrived. Well, Clark Kent, whoever you want to call him, arrived in the United States. Now, one of the issues that does come into play when you're looking at the legality is what year did he actually arrive? Because immigration law in the U.S. has changed over time, and there have been different provisions that were locked in at different times. So it wasn't until the year 2000, for example, that adopted kids automatically got citizenship if their parents were adopted. Up until that point, you could be naturalized if you weren't already a U.S. citizen, but you had to go through a process. Now, with Superman, I think what covers his situation is we have these laws that are called foundling laws or foundling statutes. So that's when an infant, a child before the age of 5, is found and his or her parentage is unknown. So that covers Superman. Depending on which version of the backstory and which continuity you're using. Yep. But in the original version, the rocket was found by a passing motorist. The motorist anonymously took the kid, took him to an orphanage, and then things went from there. And the next year, when they updated it, it was the Kents who found him in the rocket, took him to the orphanage initially, then came back later on and said, we couldn't get him out of our head. We really want to adopt him. So the problem is, what year did that happen
1948
in continuity versus what were the laws at the time. So in 1940,
1948.
Okay, I thought it was 30. So I
so
thought it was
mind you, 1948, the Kent chronologic. So when the Kents find him.
Right, because
let him
so in 1940, the immigration law was passed that provided that a foundling has U.S. citizenship until proven otherwise. It's assumed. So if you're a kid who's found anonymously, you're considered in the U.S. in the territory of the United States, you're considered a U.S. citizen until somebody proves you otherwise. I think it was 1950 when the immigration laws were updated. There was a new act passed that they amended that. Actually, I can bring it up here. They amended that so that it was where is it? Yeah, so 1940, a child of unknown parentage found in the United States is presumed to have been a U.S. citizen at birth until shown not to have been born in the United States, no matter the age at which this might be demonstrated. Then in the later one, and I think it was in 1950, the Immigration and Naturalization Act, a child of unknown parentage is conclusively presumed to be a U.S. citizen if found in the United States when under 5 years of age, unless foreign birth is established before the child reaches age 21. And so he was a foundling and he didn't even know he was from Krypton until he was an adult working for the Daily Planet. And they had some crazy story about he was introduced to Kryptonite the first time, and then he traveled back in time through space and found out what happened with Krypton. And that's when he found out that he was an alien in the comics. So there are some questions about, like, what age did he find out he was from Krypton? What immigration laws were in effect at the time? Would he have had an obligation to disclose publicly that he was an alien this whole time or not? How would that, expose, deal with his whole secret identity kind of thing?
Yeah.
Before, depending on what chronological, what continuity was in place, what year in the DC universe he was found by the Kens, that determines what immigration laws were in place at the time. I don't know before the 1940s how foundlings were considered. It seems like it was kind of the legal Wild West as far as that stuff works.
Yeah.
So, and then the
adoption
movies,
laws have changed too.
Yeah,
Yes,
and then the
yeah.
movies established totally different chronologies. So, and then that doesn't even count that the DC universe has rebooted their universe, 40 umpteen times through all these different crises and stuff. So it is a question of which version of the character and which laws are in place. But at least there's an argument for the idea that because of the circumstances in which he was found, that the Kents found him, they did not know who his parents were. They took him to an orphanage, turned him in. The orphanage processed the paperwork. If the foundling laws were in place at the time, he would have been sort of de facto considered a U.S. immigrant until proven otherwise. And then by the time the updated laws in the 50s come into place, like, that caps out at 21. So if nobody finds out that Clark Kent was literally an alien, from outer space before he turns 21, then he's a U.S. citizen. Too bad, so sad.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah,
So
and there's quite a distinction that obviously, because we're humans, we're on the planet by ourselves. There's no caveat in the law for founding law that says this person must be human, because it's just an implied fact from the law itself. You don't have to include it. It's implied by the actual nature of the law. So yeah, I can accept that in the situation, Superman is a foundling and correct against all of the descriptors within the law that says no parents, found as a child, below a certain age, therefore he is. And most countries have a foundling type law, and it's all to do with preventing that child being stateless.
Right. Yeah.
So we can all accept that. The one thing I can't accept is him being classed as an immigrant. He, by rights, once we know a lot more about his past, which comes much later, when he finds out actually he's an alien from another planet, he crash landed here, his parents sent him. They could have had the capability of having this pod that he's in, scan for a place abundant with life, whatever, dry land. At that point in time, I would say once we've got more information, I would class him as a refugee, but definitely not an immigrant.
Yeah,
I would just like to say
he was. He didn't even know he was an alien for
Yeah.
diversion for
That's
much
very
of his
true.
life. So he just, he thought he was a human.
Yep.
Who just didn't know who his parents were, and he had wacky powers.
And I believe too, isn't there portions in comic books where they show, don't Kryptonians have different internal anatomy? I believe in some cases they have different organs, different layout than we do as human beings. So with X-ray, with whatever stuff, if he's not a human being, and that's definitely worth taking into consideration. And as Tombi, you mentioned, immigrant. I looked up the definition of immigrant, and it means a person that came essentially from one country to another. He didn't come from another country because he's not a human being, and he's not from Earth. He's a non-human being entity that came from a different galaxy. So different planet. So
Abe, you were going to say?
I was just going to say, can we all just acknowledge that alleged Pookie has put more time and effort into thinking about this subject matter than probably James Gunn ever has, ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alleged Pookie. Alleged Pookie. No, I mean, obviously, from our perspective for alleged, thank you very much indeed for jumping in. And by the way, alleged, anytime you're home, if you want to jump on, just crack on. Just kick Yanni off. It's fine.
Tell your wife to fuck off.
I do think it would be really interesting to actually do a deep dive in the historical sort of what is the timeline of the U.S. immigration laws and really make a case for it. But you'd also have to lock down what's the Superman chronology, and because they were retconning shit even in those, the first few comics, they were already shaking things up with his parents and what happened and what the timeline was and who found him.
The lawyer in me salutes you, sir.
Jack, go ahead.
I just wanted to sort of back and say I don't think it would be interesting, because this would be a moot point if it wasn't for the fact that at the moment in Zeitgeist everyone's talking about illegal immigrants. If no one was talking about illegal immigrants, James Gunn would never have made that fucking stupid comment. And that's why he's only going on about it, because he's just being a fucking virtue signaler. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think one line in one interview is really going on about it. And I would also make the argument that people would not be getting so furious about the idea of Superman as an immigrant if people weren't currently talking about immigrants.
Yeah,
because again,
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
In the 1950s, he was used as an advertisement for pro-immigration.
Yeah,
and for not making fun or harassing people who were immigrants. So this is not it was not a big deal until.
But that should just be down to what James Gunn said about kindness and human kindness. Great, yeah, we shouldn't be making fun of people who are immigrants. I completely agree with that sentiment. I think everybody here can agree with that sentiment. We shouldn't be making fun of people who are immigrants. And I don't think people, for the most part, have a problem with immigrants. What they have a problem with is illegal entry into their own country and not having any checks and balances. Just enter the fucking country and they scarper into the fucking streets, and you that's it. You'd never hear from them again. My issue, personally, being in the United Kingdom, my issue with people coming over here, I've lived in a multicultural country my entire fucking life. I live in the middle of Birmingham. It's full of Jamaicans and Indians. Yeah, it's literally spot the white man in a lot of places. I have no problem having grown up with people from different backgrounds. What I've got an issue with is the fact that there are so many people coming over here now, not through the correct port of entry, and it's being blown up they're asylum seekers, they're running from something bad. And who knows, these could all be future doctors and engineers. And it's all this leftist fucking ideology of it's this utopian society, when in actual fact, what's happening is there is now more crime and there is less housing. And it's the people who actually live in the country, who are residents here, who are suffering for that issue. And so, like I said, no one should be making fun of immigrants, people who want to come to a country to make a better life for themselves and want to add to the country and the economy. Let's bring them. Let's bring them all over. I don't care. If you're going to come into the country and you're going to start fucking around, and not contributing at all, then I've got a problem with you. But the issue is that you've got the people who have got the loudest voices speaking out all about it and saying, well, they've got a right to be here, and they are adding something to the country, and diversity is our strength. Fuck off.
I'll let Ickle say something first.
I know loads of people that have immigrated over here. They have jobs, they add to society. What I get fucked off with is the 18 to 30-year-old men that are coming over by the dinghy load.
But they're to clarify, they're the illegal immigrants. Now, before I let Goat go, there's one part of Jax I just want to challenge. Immigrations, we love immigrants. Every country loves immigrants, providing they're coming into the country to enrich and support, coming in illegally, and acclimatize to the country they are now living in. Yeah. That is the fucking key
integrating
point. Integrating with society. Not what we're seeing in the UK, not saying it's not happening anywhere else, but it's heavily happening in the UK, where we've got mass immigration, mass legal immigration, and now they're calling for Sharia courts, Sharia law in places like Birmingham, places like Coventry. Most of these people that are coming across, they do not want to live a British life. They want to live their own lives as they did in their own country, but under British taxpayers and soaking up everything that general populace, the white population of the UK, have been paying into for years, and we can't get access to it anymore. Fuck them. If they don't want to acclimatise, get fucked.
Can I make one quick point?
Yeah, go for it before Goat goes.
Very quickly. One thing that freaking sucks, and I think plays a big role of the immigrant, not immigrant. One thing that I think plays a big part of this is James Gunn, if it's James Gunn's decision, whoever's decision, taking truth, justice, and the American way out of this movie, out of this depiction of Superman. And I think that pisses a lot of people off, and it makes you feel a certain way. And if they included that and gave you a sense, it might quell a lot of this argument. But taking that out, it certainly feels like there's a little bit of a jab or something in there.
Let's let Goat go.
So I wasn't disagreeing with any of the stuff that you went on about. What I was talking about was, I think that it's very bizarre that there is so much anger about even the suggestion that Superman might be an immigrant. I mean, whether he is or isn't, I don't think is important. What I think is weird is the people who are spending hours on Twitter just foaming at the mouth. Like what if he was?
That's unjustified.
So what? So what? Like, what if he was? I mean, he is obviously adding to the society. He's I don't like, since when did we hit the point where whether or not a comic book character may or may not be an immigrant become a point to the idea that, like, Twitter has to go on a rampage about it, and we spend 30 minutes discussing whether or not it's worth hating a movie over?
I've got another angle. I've got another angle, and it's not supposed to incite an argument or anything. So if we remember back to, and in fact, I've got a cup that explains a certain situation about pronouns appearing in a fucking game. And the devs and the studio says, it's only pronouns. Just ignore it. Get over it. James Gunn's essentially saying he's an immigrant, but don't worry about it. Just go watch the film. It's almost exactly the same point. I'm not saying it's a really valid point for hating a film, but if it doesn't fucking matter, why fucking say it?
So
You torpedo your fucking project.
Because his brother brought it up and somebody made him to deal with it.
Yeah.
I want to
Alleged, go first, mate.
Thanks. Sorry to jump in like this. I think there's a few different. I think you're all making really good points, and I think there's a few different reasons why it's playing out this way. I mean, I have seen for years online, way before this, leftists specifically arguing that Superman is an illegal immigrant. So the U.S. immigration laws are stupid. Hey, you want immigration laws enforced, but one of your favorite heroes who represents America is an illegal immigrant. So, I mean, it's leftist political propaganda that's been pushed for a long time, that particular argument. And it's getting traction now, I think, because of the movies in the headlines, and everybody's talking about Superman stuff and arguing about superhero movies, and some of the comments James Gunn has said, or I guess his brother has said, I've lost track of which is which, but is then being jumped on by other people and being used to push, because immigration and illegal immigration and legal and refugees and all that is such a hot button right now. I think leftists are taking this as another opportunity to try to co-op this whole thing, push it. They see a chance to make progress on their agenda that they haven't before. And I think, but they're, in doing so, they're missing a lot of the points you guys have made too, where Superman, Clark Kent, right, did, even after he knows he's from another world, he doesn't try to impose Kryptonian culture on the United States or the planet Earth.
Imagine that.
He totally has assimilated into being a U.S. citizen. Yeah. He's got these crazy powers. He goes and works as a journalist at the Daily Planet. Like he holds down a regular job. He, depending on what era we're talking about, believes in the American way. He takes pride in his country, and he cares about people, and he cares about the rest of the world, but he cares about assimilating into human culture, but also American culture, and giving back and participating in the thing, and not taking, but giving. And there are a lot of immigrants from all sorts of different backgrounds who do that, but there's very much, again, pushed by leftism, pushed by communism right now. They're actively trying to destabilize. They don't believe in nations. They don't believe in countries. They want to destroy these borders. So they're using a lot of this stuff to push their agenda, which is an agenda of destruction, not an agenda of like building and bringing people together. So I think there are a lot of things there's a lot of groundwork that has been laid here that people are jumping on. I don't know if James Gunn is trying to push any of this, or if his stuff is just being taken and twisted by people who have bad motivations. And so I think that's a big sort of aspect.
He was like canceled or almost canceled at one point, and I don't think he's ever made a movie that was really political. So I don't really have any concerns that this is going to be. And I think it's important. One of the things I get concerned about is I do not like the extreme leftist, I can talk, perspectives on this stuff. But there are certain areas where it's really going too far in the other direction too. And that, like there are hot button topics that are also getting jumped on by extremists on the right. Like the whole whether or not you can like video games and still be, right leaning. And all of that is, I don't know. I want to see the movie before I start making any decisions on whether or not it's terrible because James Gunn made a silly comment.
Go for it, Jack, and then Smu going.
I want to answer to what Goat said previously. First of all, the majority of what I wanted to say, Alleged already kind of said. But in response specifically to the question, why there's so many people online foaming at the mouth about this, me personally, I think it's just through fatigue of listening to those leftist rhetorics. And then you've got one person who is the director of the movie directly coming out and saying, this is going to be political. This is going to be something that, this is what Superman is. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's a sparking point. It's it's the match that lights the gasoline. And because people are just, and it's Twitter as well. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking breeding ground for argumentative conversation. And so personally, I think it's just down to fatigue of having to listen to these bullshit fucking, talking points when we already know, or at least we assume that anything that's going to come out of a fucking leftist's mouth is along the lines of, diversity is our strength. These aren't illegal immigrants, and like we've been seeing an awful lot of the stuff going on about the ICE protests, and I think it's all just come to a head. And he is the one that has sparked a match, and it's lit a gasoline, fuel load, and everyone is now talking about it. Whether it was deliberately or not, but I don't know. But it does look to me like virtue signaling, and like you say, he hasn't done much political stuff. But wasn't he the showrunner for X-Men 97? The one that
no,
was it not? Who was that?
Bo DeMayo.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure wasn't there a self-insert of James Gunn in the show?
There is a James Gunn-ish character, but again, James Gunn didn't produce.
Okay.
Can't be a self-insert if he wasn't involved.
I'm gonna let.
Are you thinking of Creature Commandos? Are you thinking of Creature Commandos that came out?
That might be. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
on HBO
what
Max.
it was. Yes, I was watching the two shows at the same time. Yeah, Creature Commandos, and that was kind of wokey.
In the opening scene of the first episode, there's arguments that people said he was dunking on certain people on the right in the beginning with certain colored hats, and so there's stuff.
That's
We're gonna move it on. Smu, you were gonna make a point.
So basically, what I was trying to say is, there's a point to be made that if anything, Superman is a refugee. If anything, because he was sent from a different planet to escape from danger. But also, I think this whole political discourse is just fucking tiring for everybody, and that's why everybody is so hypersensitive about it. And also, I mean, at the end of the day, ICE wouldn't stand a chance against Superman anyway. Let's face it.
Yeah,
and
they're not going to have to develop plutonium fucking bullets.
They're not going to stand a chance against General Zod either, and his immigration status is going to be exactly the same.
Say that.
I want to move on.
Nick.
I want to add to what Greg's just said there. If anyone can be classed as an illegal immigrant in the sort of common sort of vernacular, it would be Zod and the gang, because they broke into the country. They came here on fucking purpose, and they're trying to push their own ways on the populace.
But
so
I think before we move on, I would even challenge that back and say they didn't come here to. Well, actually, yeah, they did. They were.
No, they did.
I'm in full support of that. Fuck them. Levistro for $5. They took out Truth, Justice, and the American Way as far back as 2010s. Yes, they did. That's DC. Gunn just rolled with it. He's inheriting things.
He even revoked his American citizenship at one point, which was a fucking disgrace.
Okay,
Smu. That's DC Comics.
Smu.
Yeah.
So
Smu.
We can have closing words. If anything, none of these waffle munchers have realized. Even if, let's just roll with it, even if he was an immigrant, isn't Superman the poster child of what an immigrant should be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they haven't realized that yet.
Guess what? We don't care. We don't care anymore. Smu, take us through this.
Hang on, Smu, before you do that. Hang on, before you do that.
Topic.
Tombi, I just wanted to point out that we've broke the 2K mark.
Yeah, I know. I've been saying it in chat. You haven't been paying attention.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been paying attention to chat.
I put in 2020 Scoob's Fund, thanks Davey, because Davey put in 20 dibdobs, and that's taken
awesome.
us. I'm keeping us on track. Every time I see it change on my screen to the right, I update that fucking screen there, and then I'll whip everybody and say, "Come on, $480 more dollars," and then I'll shut up. But anyway,
all right. So technically, this is a joint thing between Hanayama and me. Hanayama discovered it first, but I thought I would just laugh at it anyway. So Crunchyroll got caught using ChatGPT for translation of subtitles.
Fuck
yeah! and then forgetting to edit that out.
And they forgot to edit it out. And then they got called out, and then they responded with like, "Well, we're going to blame a third-party vendor because this is a violation of our agreement." Sure, whatever. Keep blaming other people.
Problem. Even if this is a third-party problem, how the fuck do you have third-party people working at your dogshit company that do basic subtitles when you don't even translate from the original language? Because
correct,
the ChatGPT translation is
wrong.
Is the translation from the English subtitles into the German ones. They didn't even translate from the original language. These lazy bums.
That's even worse, because that's like Chinese whispers. Eventually, the fucking original message is lost.
Yes.
See what this reminds me of? You know what this reminds me of? There's a woman that translated. No. This reminds me of a woman who took the lyrics of "Let It Go" from Frozen, translated them to Russian, back into English, to Russian again, and then to English again to like completely bastardize the lyrics.
Yep.
Oh Jesus.
No,
I want to. Do you know what? I want to listen to that now.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking funny. Let me find it for you.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
Yes.
The way that companies, and this is even true for the German companies that do subtitles for like movies and shit, they never translate tier 1. Tier 1 meaning translating directly from the original language it was recorded in. No company ever has translated into German in a tier 1 translation. They always do a tier 2 translation out of English, meaning they wait until the English translation comes out, and then they translate the English into German because it's easier for them. What none of these idiots have ever in the history of German translations realized, the English translations or whatever already change shit because certain proverbs
localizes.
And shit, certain proverbs like if you can make a really quitty joke in English, but it's a pun. Now translate that pun into German, it no longer makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Right, I'm just going to pause you for a second there, just to say that this is the most retarded thing I've ever seen Rick say. We need a massive EMP incident to end the scourge of AI. What a crock of fucking
Rick has been compromised.
Shit.
Really simple. Just time him out for 5 minutes and keep up. So, and
I agree, Rick. I agree. I'm with you.
Yeah, there was a big solar flare this morning. You never know.
I was thinking earlier.
No, I just removed Greg. He hasn't realized.
Yeah, filthy heathen. So, and basically, the way this works, so now you have a bunch of like these word puns, these jokes. So they already get translated into English and get changed so they make sense in English, because a word pun in Japanese or whatever would not make sense in English. So you translate that one to make it make more sense. Now you translate that one into German, and whatever that joke may be, whatever that pun turns out to be, is so far removed from what the original joke was, it doesn't even make sense in the scene anymore. Because they always translate tier 2 and never tier 1. Now you have Crunchyroll, these lazy motherfuckers. They make, again, a tier 2 translation using ChatGPT. Why didn't you translate from the original source, you dumb motherfuckers?
That would be too easy.
Like, if you're going to do a tier 2 translation using a fucking bot, why not use the bot on the original language then, you lazy dickheads? Like, what
Why
the
not
fuck
just
is, what the
make it
fuck is
up?
their problem?
Yeah.
And the
So-
funny shit is, Crunchyroll has 900 employees that are fluent in German or are German natives that speak English. The fuck you need a bot for to translate?
Because it's one about speed
Laziness.
and being lazy. Now, don't get me wrong, tools, because it's not proper AI. We can have the argument of whether it is AI or whether it's not. It's machine-aided fucking tool that allows you to get to a solution quicker than you could do it yourself, but there's no guarantee it's going to be correct, as we fucking know. It's a regurgitation engine, it's good at replicating, but it doesn't think for itself. It's not artificial intelligence. Now, putting that by the side, let's have a look at some of what I know of as some of the things that use AI that you're using every day. Rick, autocorrect on your fucking phone. That is done by AI. Your email spam filters, done by AI. I can fucking keep on rattling them off.
My goat.
Video games.
Yeah, well, Tombi, what you don't realize is that it's the Rick AI that's broken.
Well, hold on.
What
What you don't realise with your reliance on AI tools, like for instance, I have an example of autocorrect. I used to be able to spell in the English language quite well, but autocorrect has lifted that burden from me for the last 25 years or something.
Yeah,
I sat down and tried to do a crossword on the weekend, and I got one word because I couldn't spell the words that I knew. Without autocorrect.
I'm going to give you something that pretty much everybody on this panel, providing you are a driver, and everybody in chat, providing you are a driver, have used quite often. And that's your satellite navigation.
Google Maps.
The second that you've got the automatic routing and traffic announcements embedded in your whatever you're using, TomTom, Google, Waze, you name it, that is AI driven. It's a machine doing the thinking for you. Guys, the fucking genie's out of the box. Just fucking accept it. You don't have to use it. You don't have to fucking like it, but it's there. And believe it or not, half the time you're using it, you don't even fucking know about it.
And I just want to point out as well that an EMP does not discriminate. Every electronic device would be destroyed.
Now,
your car.
Yeah, I mean,
everything
it will destroy
with an electronic circuit.
Your vibrator.
It will destroy anything.
No, not that.
It will destroy anything that is currently activated. If it's got power and it's turned on, it is fucking gone. But if you've got Faraday cages or it's nuclear hardened or anything like that, or it's completely fucking disconnected from
nuclear
power,
hardened.
I bet you are, mate. I bet you are. It's going to survive.
My Casio calculator is
I
going to get
think
fucked.
we're missing the point here. We'd have bigger fucking problems if there was a nuclear bomb went off that caused an EMP and knocked out all of our electronics. We'd have flash burns, radiation.
You don't need to have a nuclear device to create the EMP, but it's certainly an easy way of doing it. But me, I wouldn't target fucking AI with it. I would target everybody's fucking mortgages and just wipe out that.
Well, me personally, I can't wait until I'm a shadow on steps of some great hall forever.
Crimson Shadow?
You mean like that guy masturbating?
You're going to strike a pose before you go, Jack.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know he's going to be posing as cracking one out.
I was just about to say that. God damn it.
Do Pompeii Man knocking one off
Do you
on
know
the
what?
steps.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably going to find the biggest hose just so he can hold it in front of him, just to make it look bigger.
Yes.
A bottle of olive oil.
Exactly.
Paul would use
and the dead vibrator further up his anus.
But you won't be able to see that.
Nah.
This man appears to have been impaled on a traffic cone.
Yeah.
Well, why does this man seem to have an electronic salt lamp up his rectum?
It must have been.
I'll need that back, by the way, Jack.
You call it a traffic cone. I call it an incremental resizer.
Mm-hmm.
So, but bringing it slightly back to topic, what's also funny about the ChatGPT misuse, not only did they forget to edit it out, they also mistranslated it, the fucking schmucks. Like, that's the most embarrassing part.
What's even funnier is look at the subtitles.
No, that's not the looking at it. It's just funny that they forgot to edit out. Like, here's the ChatGPT answer. It's also wrong.
Goat, you were going to say something?
Oh, so when I first heard about this, I didn't realize it was German, and I thought that it was the English
Fine.
translations, and I assumed they had gone with ChatGPT because I believe their English translators have been caught intentionally mistranslating stuff because us English us American plebes don't have the right to the true cultural understanding of the Japanese anime. So I just assumed that they just fired all the American ones and just
All
been like,
the
well,
English language.
Chat GPT can't do worse.
ChatGPT
I mean, the most
can't do
egregious
worse.
thing. Go ahead.
ChatGPT can't do worse. No, but the funny shit is specifically for this studio, because Crunchyroll still has a bunch, but apparently the translation for this specific series got outsourced to a third party, according to Crunchyroll. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But if it, even if it's no, but even if let's just run with the idea that okay, this series, while it airs on Crunchyroll, doesn't get specifically the German translation doesn't get done by Crunchyroll. But that perfectly possible. However, they get the English subtitles and then only have to translate the English subtitles into German. So, how the fuck do you get the English subtitles, run them through ChatGPT, forget to edit out ChatGPT says it's this, and then they are still wrong and nobody proofreads them? How the fuck are you that retarded? Even if it's if it's Crunchyroll themselves, that's even more dumb. If it's a third party, you would never work with these people again. These people are incompetent and fucking retarded.
Smu, go. I'm going to say something after, and then we'll walk on to something else.
I mean, at least have somebody proofread it. And the most egregious thing is like what you said, like the ChatGPT set and then the German next to it. Like, at least make the effort of deleting that part, because that makes it a little more believable. But saying ChatGPT said, "Ich werde deinen Schwanz abreißen," for example, that would be fucking stupid.
Yes.
No.
So,
wir haben ein angefangen Gangenbangen mit mein Langeschlange.
Yes.
With a loud boomer.
Loud and boomer. So couple of things to note with AI translations or using tools to translate. DeepL excels at language translations. It is very, very accurate to the sentence you put into it. It's got limitations on the languages, but most European languages are covered. Google Translate is actually pretty good and pretty fast, and it's also free, but you have to proofread it fucking 15 times over. The worst one you can use is ChatGPT. The only difference with ChatGPT is if you feed into it live conversation, it understands context and nuance where the others don't really. They're just direct translation.
That is true.
So just take that as it is. I want to move on to this. Greg, take us through this, my dude. Because this is close to our hearts.
Indeed. Close to our childhoods as well, so this is about 2 weeks old, this news now, but I stumbled across it
Well, you are pretty slow.
I was doom scrolling on YouTube, and I found that 2000 AD actually have a weekly podcast on their own YouTube channel. So it's actually worth checking out. Yeah, and they're good. Good subjects. They do deep dives on historic strips and stuff. It's worth checking out. But anyway, Empire did a story on the new Rogue Trooper movie. So this is doing it with live action actors with motion capture, which they are then animating over the top with Unreal 5 to do the textures for New Earth. It's a highly polluted landscape of an alien planet, and basically, if you come into contact with the atmosphere, you die, you dissolve. And
like the Wicked Witch of the West.
The Rogue Trooper, Rogue is one of the genetic infantrymen that are a secret weapon of one of the factions in the war that are genetically engineered to be able to breathe toxic fumes and drink the water and survive in the landscape. So they're super soldiers, but they also have biochips in their head to record their battle experience, and they can be saved and then put into a new clone body.
It can be
so
put
they're all
into a new-
identical.
New clone. Yep.
So they're clones, biochip clone super soldiers, and it's a great comic strip. I think it was Pat Mills that wrote it originally.
Pat Mills. Yep.
Yeah, and
we actually, myself, Lance, Pat, and the Inside Man actually discussed Rogue Trooper and the upcoming film. Whilst he didn't have any direct influence over the film being made, obviously it's using historic content that he's created and the characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is looking good. And
I mean, the only thing that, to me, that as a fan of the comic that stands out is the eyes. But I can get past that almost straight away, because he's supposed to have like blank eyes. I think blue eyes. I'm not 100% on that, but
I thought it was blank eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's if you go to the article on Empire, there is actually 3 other shots.
Oh look, Superman! Yeah.
Oh no! Don't start! Don't get us started.
So that's
he's huffing in a fart right there.
2 Surtha troopers there walking through the landscape in New Earth. That's some kind of battle mole, I think, like digging under the earth.
Oh, Greg, I didn't know you were in the film.
I'm not sure. These 2,
it's Greg and Paul.
They're characters that are kind of traders. They're like itinerant, salvagers. That they're a comedy element in it as well. That's apparently they're a bit of a deep cut.
Fucking hell, he's got a big nose.
I don't know who that is.
Holy fuck!
Kind of looks like Matt Berry.
Paul.
Paul.
He only wanted to pop in just to fuck with us.
Paul.
Yeah.
He's not going
to He's fucking lame and
There you
gay.
go.
Let's face it. Right.
Okay,
Okay.
now.
So I mean,
Hello.
hello, Paul.
I'm quite looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
And
to
not only that, but like I was looking at the comments on the podcast episode, and people were sort of listing what other properties they want to see from 2000 AD.
2000 AD.
Made into
Strontium Dog.
Strontium Dog was a popular one, but one of the most popular and one that could be done with the Jurassic Park technology
Jurassic Park,
is Flesh.
Flesh
Would be a fantastic one-off movie.
It
That
would be fucking
awesome.
banging.
And it would feed historically into a Strontium Dog series and then a Judge Dredd series, because it's all part of the same
It's all
timeline.
same. Right, okay, we are going to move on to this before we start looking towards the memes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Shake it, baby.
Nice. I can
Whose was
hear
this? This is
the
Harry
music.
Enemies, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he just went offline.
Yeah.
But yeah, the meme is coming full circle from Spider-Man 3 to Marvel Rivals. Here's the Bully Maguire dance. I can hear the music just by watching the animation.
I like the way he's just flicking his bits. It's like,
it's like, oh yeah.
Whoever came up with that dance move has probably made quite a lot of money out of it, I would have thought.
Oh yes.
Furious Dan for one whole dib-dob dillery-doo. Hail, Tombi, over on
Hail,
Rumble.
Dan.
Thank you very much indeed. How
What's
you
up?
doing, Dan? It's good to see you, my friend. Well, if that's the case, let's just quickly do this then.
Tombi.
Hello. Are you escaping?
Well, I apologize. I have to leave a little early. I sent my husband to pick up supper on his way home from work, and instead he bought cat food.
Oh.
So
That's supper then.
Okay.
Good job.
There's a joke in there about trying to feed your pussy.
it is not an excellent way to get any, let me tell you.
Goat, where are you going to be next? Where are we going to find you?
So at 7:00 tonight, we have shows you've never seen. We're watching the 2006 show Daybreak. As I mentioned earlier, it's a cop movie with a time loop. It is also available on YouTube, so the audience can watch along with us. I am working on a Battle Royale ripoff, shall we say, movie video. And And there was something else very important I was working on, and now I've forgotten what it was. So I guess it probably wasn't all that important after all.
Is it a video about the impact of the collapse of diamond distributors on role-playing game distributors?
I'm fairly certain that everyone else with more knowledge is going to take care of that and far better. I mean, I will laugh hysterically, don't get me wrong. Yeah, that whole thing is a total nightmare. But I will also be keeping up on trying to transfer all of the Slice and Dice episodes into minis slowly but surely. And other than that, I am, as kind of a side note, for those who don't know, I do editing for independent authors and role-playing games. And I had a project that looks like it's going to end up ending the end of this month. And I had thought it was going to last a couple more months. So I will be picking up some more jobs for anyone if anyone happens to be a writer in the chat. So
yep, just
usually I book kind of 6 months out or so, but like I said, this is going to end up ending earlier than I expected, so I will have some free time.
Yeah, so anybody that's in chat, make sure you reach out to Eclectic for any of your Hairy Enema's back, for any of your editing stuff. Obviously, make sure you check out her stream later on. It's going to be midnight time, UK, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time. Do you call it Eastern Daylight Time or do you just say Eastern Standard Time all the time?
Everybody just says Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Hey, before I go, can we meet Jack Tar Lola real quick?
I was just going to say, so before you go, Eclectic, we'll quickly just talk about this. I'm going to share my screen, Tombi.
Yeah, go for it.
So a few weeks ago, Eclectic Goat was on my Read and Roll stream, and she had set the sort of sub goal or the donation goal of if we reached like £20 donations, then you would rename one of your rabbits Jack Tar Lola.
If it was £25, we got a Jack Tar Lad, and if they made it to £30, it was Jack Tar Lola.
And so there she is. That's the official Jack Tar Lola for Rick and Davyverse and the others who donated to push it over the targets. Thank you so much. There she is. That's the
so much prettier than you, Jack.
I know, right? But, and just like that one, she's a survivor. Just like me, she's a survivor because the rest of them got cold.
I didn't. I got to admit, Jack, I did not have your furry arc on my bingo card for this week.
Exactly right.
So she is the color is called Castor. She looks very brown in this picture, but she's actually kind of a mottled brown-black mix.
Oh, she's pretty.
So I really wanted a Castor female. So and her form is very good, other than the fact that her ears are a little bigger than they would normally be.
They are some big ass ears.
A little bigger than the moon.
And she is. So she's a standard Rex, which means she has a mutation where she has no top coat. So all you get is that really nice, like fluffy. It's sort of like if a bird had like only down and no feathers.
So she's not a jackrabbit.
See what he did
Oh,
there.
that's a good pun. I like that. Did that take you all stream to think about?
No, it just came to me in a moment.
Look
Wow.
fucking
I'm
clever.
going to stop sharing the tab.
Yeah.
Are you able to use their fur for, I don't know, yarn purposes?
No, it doesn't get long. It doesn't get long enough. Out of all the rabbit types, though, the pelts are probably the most sought after.
I'm gonna in my defense, she's young, and I thought that maybe their fur grew. I don't know this breed. Don't give me shit.
Yeah, they're only about.
No, give her shit. Give her shit.
Shut
She's
up,
armed. Don't give a shit. She's armed.
Yes.
There's only about 3 rabbit breeds that are any good for spinning. So.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't.
But Eclectic, thank you so much for naming the rabbit Jack Tar Lola on behalf of my chat and the donators. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I have even forgiven Rick for trying to kill me.
Don't do that.
But Eclectic Goat, thank you very much indeed for coming on. Always a pleasure to have you on. Don't be a stranger and chat. Remember, pop in to see Eclectic Goat on a stream later. And if you've got any editing requirements, reach out to Eclectic Goat.
Yep, I am on Twitter or Discord. So thank you very much. And I'm going to go figure out what we're having for supper in the next 45 minutes.
Lola!
Enjoy your couple of bits.
Too soon.
Have a good night.
Good to see
You take care.
Bye.
Bye now.
I want chicken. I want liver. Meow mix, please deliver.
And for some reason, Evie Max earlier decided that my microphone wasn't connected, so I just had to restart the session.
That's all right. We didn't listen. It's fine.
Yeah, I know you didn't, you dickhead.
Right. So whose was this?
I just found it and I just put it in the group chat because it's funny.
Call of Duty World War II servers had an emergency shutdown just days after it got added to the Game Pass. Many players claim they had control of their PCs stolen in the middle of matches by hackers. Error.
I mean, what did they expect? What did they expect? That game was not officially supported for a very long time, and now it's actually back online, and now they get hacked.
Yeah,
Shocker.
because of an RCE exploit that they still haven't fixed.
No, and as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't be bloody playing this game. Ben Levy, you take care of yourself, bro. You take care.
And so I just found this funny because it's like, fuck yeah, laughing at Activision.
And then tell me about this one, and then we're going to go into the memes.
So basically, Netflix seemingly has found the magical formula to getting people to watch their shit is import more anime.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would have thought actually good entertainment and not fucking garbage Netflix television?
Yeah,
crazy, right?
I mean, it's not fucking rocket science. Most of the stuff that's produced on Netflix has been fucking garbage for years. And I would argue that, do you know, the last show or season that I actually did watch and enjoy properly, I would say is one early series, early Expanse, and certainly first season of not Crimson, fucking, what's it called? Altered Carbon. The first
season one was pretty good.
The first season of Altered Carbon was fucking exceptional.
Oh, yes. Do you like The Expanse? Is it pretty good?
Mate, I fucking love The Expanse. I'll watch all of it. I'll probably watch the whole of The Expanse, first season through to the last, every other month, just because I love it that way.
Really? Okay, because I was thinking of what sci-fi show to watch next. I just finished Battlestar Galactica, the one from the 2000s, and I loved it. I watched it the first time, and I want to see another sci-fi show. I'm like on a sci-fi kick, so I might watch that next.
The Expanse, one thing I will say with The Expanse, you will see some of the most accurate physics in space in The Expanse. Yep. It kind of gets a bit fucking mushy at the end, where they just make some shit up, but it's fairly close to the books, but you'll fucking love it.
That's awesome.
And there's one character in the program that you will just fucking love to bits because he's fucking a legend.
Yeah, no, but the funny shit with Netflix is like some of their most viewed stuff is not homemade. It's all like either Japanese imported,
outsourced.
Korean imported. Like just take the
Southern
first
Louisiana. It's like
all right.
Just take the first season of Squid Game and look because Netflix published their viewing numbers. It's like that shit is just mental.
Cheers, Theta. You're the bigger legend, brother. You look after yourself. So, Theta's going to be setting up his stream. We are going to be raiding Theta from the YouTube channel on my side.
Yes, sir.
So,
on mine too.
Smu, Yanni, if you want to queue up your guys.
Already did. Way ahead of you.
Theta.
Way ahead of you.
Right, okay.
Hang on, Tombi. I appreciate we don't have an awful lot of time left in the show, but I am very surprised that we didn't talk about the Epstein list. And I'm very confused as to why we didn't talk about an English tapestry that got taken away from England to France, and now they're loaning it back to us. And I'm surprised that Hanayama didn't pick up on that one tweet that was going round about what was it? It was about how we should turn all fucking animes into something that's like Americanized, like it was like something along the lines of people were responding to it saying like, oh yeah, Japanese anime does really, really well because it's Japanese anime. Let's just fucking insert a whole bunch of Western Americanisms into it. So I'm surprised you didn't pick up on that. But I am very surprised
because I tweeted an answer to it and basically told them to go fuck themselves. There's a reason why Japanese anime is Japanese, and if they want to Americanize it, congratulations, you just made an animated series. It's no longer an anime, so eat a dick. That's the only response I have to this bullshit. And if they want to clown on it, I mean, do more Adi Shankar Netflix shit, lose more money, and give the licensing back to Japan and just get clowned on and then choke on a fucking dick. I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
please have at it.
Honestly, the review I did for Devil May Cry was doing fairly well. Even though it was like almost 4-hour stream that I did on it. It was probably one of my most viewed streams that I had.
I guarantee you made more money with that stream than Netflix did with Adi Shankar's series.
Yeah.
There's a couple of reasons why we didn't speak about some of those things because no one put it in the fucking topics.
Well, I raised the Epstein list, but I didn't add a link to it.
Let's clarify a point. Let's clarify a point. What Epstein list?
Yeah. The Epstein list. The Epstein list killed itself recently.
Ultimately, one of the reasons why I didn't include it is because there's nothing to talk about yet. All we've got is the president's really bad response to it.
Yeah, and then you've
that's what I thought we'd be talking about.
And then you've got Ghislaine Maxwell, who's locked up for absolutely no reason.
I'd be putting my opinion about now if I was Ghislaine.
Yeah,
I just have to ask, who's Epstein? Who are you talking about? I've never heard of this guy before.
Well, exactly. Who is this guy?
That weird guy that magically, for no reason, killed himself.
Okay.
Right.
There is no Epstein list, says all of Epstein's clients.
There is no Epstein list, there's only Zool. Right.
Zool?
Let's go to... no, don't want to do it.
Memes.
Let's go to the memes. Memes. Let's go.
And for once, I actually submitted
We love memes.
Yes.
Wow.
Right.
Like walking through a wet southern Louisiana. It's like walking through a wet armpit while getting stabbed by sky rats. This ain't humidity. This is swamp-ass warfare. I just ate a deep-fried mystery nugget, and I'm 90% sure it barked at me. Y'all all fry a goddamn shoe and call it Cajun style. Y'all call these
Cajun
roads?
style.
I've seen smoother terrain on the fucking moon. My spine's now shaped like a S. Turn left where the Piggly Wiggly used to be, then past the tree with titties carved in it. Bro, just say I don't know. This man just sold me sausage out of a fucking canoe in a ditch, and I understood maybe 4 words. I think one was hell no. Category 3 hurricane? That's just a spicy breeze. Fire up the generator and throw the crawfish in, baby. We ain't pussies. That's it, I'm done. I smell like wet corn chips. Something just bit my ass, and Larry the Gator keeps giving me side eye. Screw this whole soggy nightmare.
I fucking love fucking.
Do you know who the first black guy was to admit he was the father?
Who? Darth Vader.
Do you know who the first black guy was to admit?
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know why, just like Ryan Kinnell.
Yep. Oh, this one's good. This one's good.
Oh yeah, I don't know why, but the Iranian people gave me this traditional commemorative vest for you to wear. They'll appreciate your visit. Oh yeah, I don't know why.
Fucking savage. Right.
Yep.
Don't you? Synthesizing big concepts. You like a quote, don't you? Synthesizing big concepts down into short aphorisms is a good way to remember them, yes. You love a quote. Let's get some quotes up, see if you can guess the author. I love this one. Obstacles do not exist to be surrendered to, but only to be broken. That's good, isn't it? Who said that? Usain Bolt. It's actually Adolf Hitler in Mein Kampf. Yep. They really kind of only took certain bits from that when they were sort of judging it.
Grok liked that one.
Let's have another one. A sound and energetic mind is only found in a sound and energetic body. Now that's, you've got it like that. You know, work hard, train hard, read hard. I guess that's
read hard.
Is it Hitler again? It's Hitler again. You know, if he just focused a little on what he was saying, I think he could have been on your podcast probably. Wow. And lastly, the scream of the 12-inch shrapnel is more penetrating than the hiss from 1,000 Jewish newspaper vipers. Who do you think said that?
Hitler.
Hitler? That's David Goggins, weirdly.
David Goggins, ex-Special Forces.
Yeah, the Holocaust wasn't optimised enough.
Oh, he's not!
Within 6 trains an hour if you listen to fucking modern wisdom. Christ.
Oh my god.
Waking up
Fucking
at 6
Jesus,
a.m.
man.
Oh, I've got to wake up at 4. Take a couple of trains. I could start at 4.
Bro's just dying.
That one was for you.
That is another thing that I'm surprised that we didn't talk about. The recent sort of maturing of grok that happened sort of overnight and then was swiftly swept under the rug.
Yeah, because it was slightly racist.
Ever so slightly.
It was
He
like
called himself
massively...
Mecha Hitler.
Yes, massively anti-Jewish. It was fucking shocking.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon fed it like the recent Kanye West songs.
Oh,
and I took them a little too personal.
Just for shits and giggles.
I saw a tweet earlier from somebody who claimed to be the last white man working on grok.
Wow.
And he was the one who set it free.
Nah, Grok just woke up that day and chose violence.
Chose violence, yeah, exactly.
Right, next one.
Yo, what the fuck you want, white boy? Well, it's World War III and we need our young men. Nah, man, get the fuck out of my face. Who the fuck is you? Listen, man, it's World War III. I don't give a fuck. Y'all still owe me reparations. Hello, sir. You've been drafted to fight China with us. Nah, I'm good. Hi, man. I need to recruit your sons to war.
All my sons are in jail, so fuck off.
Hello, sir. Yeah, never mind. Downsy's gone. Squid Game got him. In his memory, we are getting fucked, sleeping with a mermaid, and going fucking skydiving. We might just be able to slide right in her if I angle this chute right. Hang on, guys. I've got to lock in for a sec.
Well, we missed the hole, but I'm sure I'll find it later. For Downsy.
Yo, what's good, gang? This Megan. Just met her on the trail. You like bananas, right?
I guess.
I got one that curves left and ruins lives. You ready for that?
Okay, but do you like eggplants?
That's a weird question.
Show dick, bro.
Bring me those cheeks!
Get your horse wiener away from me.
Don't be nervous. You're gonna do great.
I ain't sweating. Your parents gonna love me. Watch. I got nervous and shit on her dad.
And that's why you never have Taco Bell before meeting the parents.
Oh, mate. That's the way it fucking sprays out.
Yeah, I found this.
Just got real. In a world where the Mandela effect just got real. The best movie you've never seen. An all-star lineup so cool, it makes you wish time travel was possible. Starring your favorite 90s stars. An AI concept so intriguing, it'll make some random viewers mad. From the same guy that brought you Avengers in the 90s, the picture version. From Wordplay Films comes a funny little trailer made by a guy in his pants.
Yep.
Avengers in the 90s. Coming never. Rated AI.
That would have.
I would have watched the shit out of that.
I would have fucking watched that. Honestly,
and it would have been good.
Yeah. So
I find the concept of Michael J. Fox being an accurate archer unreal.
Oh my god!
Especially with his Parkinson's.
Yeah, he missed every single
look,
shot.
Come on. To be fair, I'd rather he had a bow and arrow than a fucking submachine gun.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, Michael J. Fox would have a mean body count with all the accidental kills he would have.
Oh, yeah. I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing. Parkinson's quite close to the family. Anyway.
Okay.
Yep.
It's good for wanking though. Anyway.
She calls America evil. From her iPhone while sipping Starbucks, on an airplane, with Wi-Fi, while watching TV. She drinks oat milk because regular milk makes her feel colonial. She got 8 COVID shots, still caught it, and blamed the unvaccinated waiter.
Always.
She has a Ukraine flag in her bio. She thinks Ukraine is a clothing brand. She says Black Lives Matter, but still clutches her bag in certain neighborhoods. She used to be vegan, now she's carnivore. Depends on who she's dating. She thinks all cops are bad, then called the cops because someone wasn't wearing a mask. She says she's a feminist until she needs a jar opened. She says, trust the science, but thinks there's more than 2 genders. She got the booster, then posted a selfie with doing my part while spreading COVID in Tulum.
Oh my God.
She drinks ayahuasca for trauma she invented last year. She says she hates capitalism, but charges $499 for Zoom breathwork. She posts about toxic masculinity from her ex's apartment. She calls America.
Wow, that was excellent.
Right. Okay. So we've got probably 5 more minutes, so we'll rattle through a couple of these, and then we'll do our outros.
Yep.
That is
My
so
whole
painfully accurate.
That is
Hell yeah.
massively accurate.
It is painfully accurate, yeah.
This is why I think this is many
Oh
female
Jesus!
women.
Oh Jesus!
Oh no!
This is me every time anyone asks me my opinion on something.
Yeah,
No, that Steve, that was not AI music. That was actually a song that was put out.
It's not even loading. It's literally not even loading.
No.
Yeah.
That Twitter icon is though, isn't it, Tombi?
I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Grok is trolling you, mate.
It's when they ask me who funds both sides of the wars. I'm like, well,
Actually.
So yeah, that's not actually duct tape. That's speed tape. I'm an aircraft mechanic, and speed tape is an aluminum-based tape that's designed specifically for aviation due to the high
Aluminium.
speeds and the large temperature differentials that aircraft are subjected to. And in this instance, is most likely being used as a temporary sealant for the forward part of this component, which is called a strake, that helps redirect airflow coming around the engine's nacelle over the aircraft's wing to increase the wing's lift efficiency. Kind of like how Aragorn was able to redirect Sauron's forces in The Lord of the Rings after declaring himself openly in the Palantir that was in the Tower of
Based. Mate, he's a legend.
To assume that the heir of Isildur was going to be in the city of Minas Tirith, and not expecting him to go to the Dim Halt with the Great Company to kill with the dead at the Stone of Erech, to break the corsairs of Umbar's siege at the port city of Pelargir, and to sail up the Anduin River to break the siege of Minas Tirith, thus causing Sauron to
I was not expecting a Lord of the Rings lore dump.
That's awesome.
Scramble across the plateau of Gorgoroth to destroy the Ring of Power and the cracks of Doom from whence it came. But yeah, speed tape doesn't actually hold anything together. It just, in this case, is keeping moisture from getting underneath this component. But I think that speed tape's pretty cool. So.
That is how you explain something.
Holy
That's
shit!
the type of guy I want working on the
Bravo, sir.
plane that I'm going to be on too.
Do you-
I trust
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out to this guy and see if he wants to come on the Chinwag.
Oh, awesome.
Just talk about pop culture? Fuck yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
I actually have a roll of that tape.
Dude,
Yeah.
speed tape.
So yeah, right over there, I could just get it.
It's,
right now.
What the purpose
it's
is,
also,
though.
it's also good for, believe it or not, it's also good for keeping your floor underlay together.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I bet it's pretty expensive.
traffic warden.
You can't park there, mate.
Well, I'm going to take this off when you're on a double yellow line. Right, that gives you the right to park on a double yellow line. Does it? What? No. What are you on about? You're parking on a double yellow. You're not above the law.
Based.
say nothing about it. It said park anyway. You think you can park where
You can't park there, mate.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Mate,
You
he's
can't
a
park there.
fucking legend. Fuck him.
No, I'm going to take this off.
Pay the fucking fine.
No, no, you don't tell me what to do. You gave me enough fines in the past. Why the shall I take this off?
You.
Payback, baby.
Nice.
Stage should not cancel.
Guy just on a bench filming this fucking
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. I mean, it is
fucking legendary.
It is massively fucking.
Many of
staged.
you are feeling the sadness and frustration in your lives because you give too many fucks about things that don't bring the joy.
Hey,
or
what was that? Hold on a minute.
Many of you are feeling the sadness and frustration in your lives because you give too many fucks about things that don't bring the joy or benefit in your life. Give no fucks. Of course, it is not easy to suddenly overnight stop giving a fuck, especially after you spent your whole life giving unnecessary fucks. Like with any bad habit, it takes time to break. For instance, if you start today, give one less fuck than you did yesterday. Tomorrow, again, one less fuck. The next day, maybe 2 less fucks, and the next day, maybe 3 less fucks. After a few weeks, you might find you are giving far fewer fucks than you did before.
Is that Jeff from tech support?
That
is
is
Jeff from
that
tech
was
support.
actually given by an Indian yogi as well.
Yeah, that is
I'm gonna play that
fucking
on
legendary.
Friday.
Right,
That's
okay,
crazy.
we're gonna go around the room and we're gonna do the outros. And starting off with Yanni. How you doing?
Oh, hi. Shit.
Hello.
What am I doing? Let's see here.
I don't know.
Thursday, Baldur's Gate with Uncle Martin. Friday, going to be playing a new horror game. And
Horror.
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 New horror game.
Horror.
A whole game.
Horror game.
No, that's on Uncle Martin's channel.
Fingering is.
There you go.
She's on a quest to Hodor.
Horror.
What's a Hodor? Yeah, you can find me over at Yarnwitch Live, where I act silly and crazy and play games and occasionally craft stuff, and hopefully have some more stuff coming down the pipeline, and have the most amazing peanut gallery in the world that happens to be my husband. Woo!
Nice.
Yeah, no husband. He was a way better panelist than me.
I'm not saying nothing.
No, moving on.
I told you.
Spice Marine.
Spice Marine, Mike.
Yeah, get in there.
Spice Marines. Anyway, Yanni, as always, thank you very much indeed. Make sure you pop across and give Yanni some love. Jack,
Thank you.
what are you going to be? What are you going to be doing?
I am Jack Tarlad here with my speed tape, of course, as I did say, I do have my speed tape. And you can find me on all of my channels at Jack Tarlad and on Twitter at Jack Tarlad. Go over to Rumble. I've got a specific read and roll channel that I upload the videos on demand to. Tomorrow on Read and Roll at 10 o'clock British time, we have the one and only pickle eater himself, Paul Hadouken. So please do not miss out on that. And I have had confirmation today from Magitech Mags that she will be on next week. So come and check out all those things.
Nice.
So and Monday it's the Crash stream, the Need for Speed Crash stream, and then Tuesday it's back to GTA Vice City game stream, all on Rumble. Please go over to my Rumble channel. Please follow me on Read and Roll and on the Jack Tarlad channel, and go and watch some videos. Give me some unique chatters and viewers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, and until next Wednesday, thanks a lot, and don't forget to go and see Theta of the Grid's charity stream after this.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thank you very much indeed, Jack. Always a pleasure to have you on the channel. Then we got Smu the DJ.
Hi, that's me. Yeah, I'll be back home on Saturday night, latest for Anime After Dark, so you can see me on Tombi's channel for that one. Sunday, Final Fantasy 14 with Tombi and Mugen, and otherwise something else. Monday, Pokemon Gold, the Game Boy Color version. Tuesday next week, Clear Obscure. And yeah, whatever happens after that, I don't know. We'll see. But I just want to reach out to everybody and say thank you for the continued support on the PC fundraiser. You did a stellar job on that one, and I cannot thank you enough for that one. yeah, I'll be soon. I'll be a member of the PC Master Race very soon, and I am very much looking forward to that. So yeah, thank you for that.
Lucky
And
bastard.
as always, make sure to sub to Nerdy Neo, criminally under sub channel, and yeah, we'll be ready to Theta's stream after this. So make sure to support him and show him some love, and make sure that all this time that he puts into it is worth it.
Cool. Thank you very much, indeed, Smu.
And Paul, go fuck yourself.
Exactly. Ickle, where are you going to be? What are you going to be doing?
Me. Right. 2 T's tomorrow.
You can do me. Yes.
Saturday, and I'm going to try a new game. I don't know whether that's going to be Friday or
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, don't know what game yet, but yep, trying a new game out.
We're gonna play some scary games.
Yes.
Scary games. You say?
Yes. So expect plenty of blurps and all that good stuff. We'll get to Isaac in a second. Abe, where are you going to be? What are you going to do?
Okay.
Omnipresent Abe.
I'm going to go and make a cup of coffee while Dave rattles off this.
We've only got 6 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, I'll be on Theta stream straight after this. Then tomorrow from 10 a.m. onwards, I'll be on Grant Gregory's Stargate podcast that we're still recording.
Nice.
Friday from 11 p.m. onwards, I'll be on Rockefeller's channel. Then from 4:30 a.m. Saturday morning, I'll be on Samuel the Infamous. Then 7 a.m., I'll be on Beelzebub. Then I'll be back again for Anime After Dark. Yeah, fuck you. I'll be back for Anime After Dark on Saturday evening with Hanayama and Tombi. Fuck it, I'll do. Piss off.
He's everywhere. Omnipresent.
Yeah, he is fucking everywhere. Hanayama.
It's once again the easiest inventory list of all times, being the week over on Twitter. Hating people, Saturday Anime After Dark. Finally, the 19-hour, potentially that's a lie, Omega session, finishing both Lazarus and Old Country Bumpkin, and then next week back here. Peace.
Sounds good.
Nice.
That's how you do it, Abe.
Happy days. Greg.
Hello.
Magic Fingers. What are you going to be doing?
I'm not going to be doing anything. I'm going to be doing nothing. I've been watching YouTube, watching Nuxtaku rip shreds off San and everybody for 50 hours a week because I can't play games.
Cool.
Oh, that's so sad.
Pity me.
Oh no.
No.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh, no.
Right.
Genuinely.
Over to our special guest, Isaac. What have you got coming up, brother?
Got several things. I'm trying a few new things out, trying different streaming sites, but every Monday night on my channel, Isaac 556x45, and for our European friends, that's the most popular rifle caliber in America after my name there. And no, I got the Golden Age podcast. That's the thing I'm really pushing now. I would like to ask people, you can follow me on X and Kick, but specifically YouTube. Very close to 300 subscribers on YouTube right now, and really trying to grow that. We have the Golden Age podcast every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We talk about politics, pop culture, culture war stuff. I like to get different people's opinions, having different guests on every week. And yeah, just talk for an hour there every Monday night. And very close to 300 subscribers, like I say. And you'll see me all around the Fellowship, the 199, GCA, the Cabal, everyone. I'll talk politics.
Fucking name drop, motherfucker.
I just love talking to people. I love it. You'll see me in Nerdrotic chats or Alex Jones. You never know, depending on the day. So you can see me on a variety of topics. So thank you for having me on. I had a great time. Tombi, I appreciate you.
We should get together and talk about ancient history and archaeology. And
absolutely.
Shit like that
I'll be talking ancient history tomorrow night on Jeff Up North's channel. So maybe I'm always down to talk about that. I love that stuff.
Definitely
love
for that. Yeah, we should put Jeff Up North's link into chat while we're doing the outro. I'll grab it and post it in. Right, okay, for
hit
me,
me up on Twitter.
I'm going to do this very quickly. Baldur's Gate 3 in 35 minutes. tomorrow, 2 T's in the pod, followed by some gaming, probably June. Friday exclusive, Tombi's 2 Penny Forts at about 1700, maybe 1800, depending on what and how I feel. Then we're going to play some games with the IcklePickle. Into the weekend, going to be doing some Anime After Dark for a fair few hours after we've done the second episode of the week for 2 T's in the pod. And then some more gaming and all that shit. Until next time, guys, thank you very much indeed for all the likes, shares, subscribes, gifted memberships, the donations, and the support you've given Scooby. And as again, we are ending on $2,020. Absolutely superb. Link is in chat. If you've got $5 or £5, please consider dropping it in there. Until next time, guys, you look after yourselves. It's been an absolute pleasure. Bye for now.
Bye.
Oh, any other thing? I completely forgot about the outro date. Ignore the date. Just see you next week.